Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion. I am your host, Tony, also known as the Couch Scout Extraordinaire, Pastor Trenches, and affectionately known as Low Tone Tony. Before we get started, y'all know the drill. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on that post notification bell, select all so you'll be made aware whenever I go live. That is Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. All right. Share this stream also with your family and friends. We're building a real football conversation over here. No fake hot takes, no media spin, just facts, film, and football context. Right. So you make sure you check the links in the YouTube description. Whether you're watching through Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk or the Carolina Armchair GMCJ channel, the social media links are in both YouTube descriptions at the bottom. All right, and for more exclusive content and member discussions and deeper football breakdowns, you can join my Patreon community. So I'll also post that link is also in the YouTube description, but I also will show it here on screen here shortly. All right. And remember, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk is part of the Carolina Armchair GM Network. And as always, let's shake a little honey from the tree. So good morning, top of the morning to you. All right. 7 a.m. Eastern Time back in the States. It is 3 p.m. where I'm located here in the UAE, 98 degrees and sunny. That is the temperature where I am. So you guys let me know what's going on with the temperature where you guys are located. My guy Niznami said, morning, Tony. Good morning, my friend. Hey, thank you for tapping in this morning. Um, hit the like button for me on your way in. I greatly appreciate that. KJ the Great said, good morning, Tony. Good morning to you, my boy. Thank you for tapping in. Also, hit that like button on your way in. I greatly appreciate it. Quante Lewis say good morning, Tony. Good morning, Quante. Appreciate you for being here. Hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to both channels, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk and Carolina Armchair GMCJ, I appreciate if you subscribe to both channels, turn on the post notification in both channels, select all in both channels so you'll be alerted when we both go live. Right now, I am live Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm trying to be that voice that motivates you, get you started, whether you're on your way to work or from work, third shift, that graveyard shift, dropping the kids off at school or daycare or at grandma's house for the weekend. You know, you in the Pilates or in the gym, getting your swole on because you're trying to get that summer body together. Hey, I'm here to try to help motivate all that. Trying to motivate all that. All right. Nami said, my God, 98 degrees, but supposed to feel like 107 today. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Trust me, the humidity is something else over here as well. It's definitely something else. Zip do it all. Say good morning. What's up, Zip? Top of the morning to you, my guy. Appreciate you for tapping in. Hit that like button on your way in. Make sure you are subscribed to both channels. If you haven't already. Broski Bear said, good morning, Tony. Why are you still in the UAE? What Nesnami said about the temperature today in Charlotte. So why are you still in the UAE? Because I love it here, Broski. Yep. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now, despite what's going on. Yeah. Love it here. Been here almost 10 years now. And Tim says, good morning, LTT. That's low tone Tony. What's up, Tim? What's happening? Appreciate you for tapping in this morning. Make sure you hit that like button for me as well. Gerald Stick Jones, what's good? He said, "What's happening, Tony? Good morning. Good morning to you, my guy. Top of the morning. Hey, you guys, let me know what the temperature is like where you at this morning. What kind of weather did you guys wake up to? All right. Quante says 7-8 right now on East Coast of Carolina. All right. All right, Quante. I wish it was 7-8 degrees right now where I'm at. So yeah, you in a better position right now. Even though it is still early morning, but the temperature around here doesn't fluctuate that much. It's 98 degrees right now. It's probably gonna be about 98 to 100 degrees come midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it is what it is with the weather over here. Symbolic says 72 and sunny in Hickory. Okay. All right. Is that the high today, Tim? What is the temperature gonna get up to? Yeah. Tell me that. I'm curious to know. So today's topic is about the wide receivers and tight end. And like the thumbnail said, you gotta earn your role, right? You gotta earn your role. The talent is not enough alone. We need some more established uh talent outside the top two wide receivers that we have, and we also need somebody in the tight end room to break out and take the mantle and take control and lead from that position. Um, so yeah, we're going to get into all that today. All right, so um, we're going to try to determine whether Carolina's wide receiver and tight ends can turn talent into functional offensive value through their route separation, discipline spacing, yards at the catch, the money down reliability, blocking, and clearly defined roles. We're going to go over that as well. What are the clear the role clarity for both wide receiver and tight end? What are their defined roles? What does that look like? Yeah. Broski said, "Good for you, Tony. It's great you found a place you like to be." Oh yeah, I like it, and my wife loves it. So, on that note, we gonna be here until she don't love it. Tim Bala said 94 for the high today. Okay, Tim. All right, that's I guess that's not too bad. But you throw that humidity in there, and that 94 probably gonna feel like it's about 110, depending on what the humidity is for today. Yeah. So yeah, again, hit that like button if you just coming in. Want to drop the link if you want to join me on the panel, and we can discuss today's topic, which is the wide receivers and tight ends. So let me go ahead and drop that in the chat real quick for anybody that would like to come up and join. We was having some interesting conversation and thoughts last night on Unk Channel, talking about, I think the main topic was cutting one of Charlotte's one of the Panthers' favorite, and it was centered around pretty much Jimmy Horn and what some people feel like his impact is or should be on the team, the lack of reps, things of that nature. And I understood a lot of the points that were being made. Jimmy Horn does he is a fan favorite. He was a fan favorite at Colorado. If you know his story about his father being incarcerated, and his closeness that he developed with Coach Prime, and Coach Prime pretty much taking him in as like a son, looking out for him, making sure to help put him in a position so he can get drafted, get him to the league. or whatnot. And like I said, all that is good. But at the end of the day, a feel good story don't guarantee you reps and doesn't guarantee that you're going to produce on the field. This is a production based business. And, the NFL stands for a lot of things besides the National Football League. Not for long, it's the most common phrase. So if you're not producing, then your seat at the table gets thinner and thinner, especially with people that's coming in year after year at that position. They can pretty much squeeze you out if you're not performing. I want to see the young man make it. Don't get me wrong. I hope he balls out this year in the preseason. But as it stands right now, in my humble opinion, the way the wide receiver room is shaking out, he may be one of the odd men out. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? There's 31 other teams that if he was cut today, I'm pretty sure he'll be picked up by somebody else, and he may get the opportunity that he's looking for that he couldn't get here. So there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times we have to take our feelings and emotions out of decisions that affect the football team. So you can't put feelings and emotions over production. You just can't do that. So like I said, I understand where a lot of people were coming from with that, and but just from the reality standpoint, right now it's not looking too good in his favor. So yeah, I hope he does change a lot of minds this preseason. From my understanding, he has put on weight, looking swole. I haven't seen the pictures myself. But if that is true, I hope he's able to use that to his advantage and really showcase what he has. He gonna have 4 games of opportunity in the preseason, so that's a pretty good sample size, and hopefully he can separate himself from the other wide receivers, add value to himself in the special teams department, and you know hopefully be on the 53-man roster again. But we'll see. I believe, in my opinion, he has a hill to climb. There's a lot of variables that's stacked against him. It's going to be up to him whether or not he can overcome them all. Yeah. Let's see. Black Sox says, "What's up? What's up, Black Sox?" Candy Girl says, "Good morning. Good morning, Candy Girl. Appreciate you being here as always." Guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk if you haven't already. Subscribe. I did see my likes go up yesterday during yesterday's episode. So let's continue to get those likes up for me. I greatly appreciate it. Um, Also, I'm 19 away from my first goal of 100 subscribers. 19 away. I'm at 80. No, I think I'm at 81 right now. So, hey, help me reach that first goal of 100 subscribers. All right? Help me reach that goal of 100 subscribers. So again, make sure you are subscribed to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. I know a lot of people are subscribed to Carolina Armchair GMCJ channel, but also subscribe to my channel, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. I greatly appreciate it. Uh, Zip said, "No, I want to see him ball out." Yeah, I want to see him ball out too. He said, "We can't cut Jimmy, man." I hear you. What up, driver? He said, "What it do? What it do, driver?" Appreciate you for tapping in this morning, my guy. I dropped a link in the channel if you want to come up, so we can start this discussion on the wide receivers and tight ends. Tim Bollock said, "We didn't have the luxury with the quality of receivers a couple years ago." That's a fact. That is a fact. Broski said, "Tony, do you think the Panthers only keep 5 receivers on their 53? That's what I'm leaning towards." No, Broski, I think they're going to keep at least 7. That's what Dave Canales has kept the first 2 years is 7, and I believe he's going to keep 7 this time as well. Jay Hudge says, Happy Friday, my guy. Appreciate you for tapping in. Also appreciate your interaction on Patreon, man. So yeah, y'all join my Patreon community. Check it out. You can join as a free member. I drop things on Patreon every day. All 3 tiers, even the free membership tiers. I do respond back to the post. So yeah, I like the interaction that I have with a few guys that do respond back on Patreon. So I greatly appreciate that. So yeah, Patreon is definitely going to ramp up here within the next week or two, especially by the preseason starting. So we're gonna really get into film breakdown, um, pro and college, things of that nature. Going over scheme and technique and things to look out for. We're gonna do also do player breakdowns, um, potential draft prospects throughout the year. So, but to have access to that, you have to be a member of the Film Room Access, which is the second tier. It's $8 a month, and Debate Table VIP, which is $12 a month. Those are the 2 tiers that get access to the film breakdown and things like that. So I'm trying to come up with other little things that I want to add to those packages. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I will. Zip said just like last year. Okay, don't know what Zip talking about right there. I think maybe he's talking to somebody else. Can the girl give me the thumbs up? Niznami said, I really think having that extra Hall of Fame game this year will really help us with our backups and our third stringers to get a really good look at them this year. Yeah, I think it's beneficial for the undrafted free agents, people that may that's trying out for the team, um, um, your lower level draft prospects, people that's fighting to get in that too deep at whatever position it is. So yeah, there's a lot of young talent that is trying to make the team. Drafted rookies this year. We get an opportunity to see what they got. So yeah, there's a lot of evaluation and unanswered questions at this time. So I just can't wait to the Hall of Fame game for things to kick off, so we can really get a true look at who can potentially be a part of this team on the 53-man roster, or if they end up on the 16-man practice squad. I think that's definitely better than just being cut and left at home on the couch. Yeah. Driver said, get the likes up. Yeah, appreciate it. Hit the like button. Definitely hit the like button. Matal Lomax said, hit the like button. Appreciate you, Matal, for tapping in. Appreciate that, my guy. Brokey said, Panthers keep 7 wide receivers. Wow, not necessary. Well, says Sue Broski. Who says not necessary? Dave Canales have a reason for keeping 7. Kept 7 last year and the year before last. If I'm not mistaken, he had 7 when he was in Tampa Bay. So, to each his own, broski. Yeah. You are a Bears fan. I don't think you can really qualify and say what's necessary and what's not. Like, real. Poppin said, imagine only running reverses every preseason game. Diabolical. Hashtag Jimmy. Yeah. Yeah, Poppin. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I saw Jimmy Horn running a jet motion across the field, and I was like, he's eventually going to turn up and take a go route or post over the middle or something, and they're going to reward him. It was like he would just masquerade with that jet motion just to see what the defense was in. I really got tired of it, to be honest. Reality Beat says, "What's up, Tone? What's up, Reality Beat? Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Hey, hit that like button. I'll greatly appreciate it." Zip said, "Ease up on my boy Jimmy Horn." Hey, he gotta show and prove, Zip. You know it. You know it just like I do. He gotta show and prove. SC says, "Sup, low tone. What's up, SC? Appreciate you for being here, my guy." Broski smiling. Yeah, I see you, Broski. Charlie the Gamer, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you for tapping in. He said, "Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Tony, and chat. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too, my guy." Ray Shock said, "Tone, aka said." What's up, Ray Shock? Appreciate you for being here, man. Nesnami said, "I don't know about you guys, but I'm in withdrawals over not being able to go to training camp." Yeah, that sucked. That sucked. I hope that the indoor practice facility is worth every penny when they're finished by the time next year roll around. And Broski said, "Tone low." So I got a couple fellas I want to bring up to the stage. My brother from another, Will Robinson and Rashak. Fellas, what's good with you this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning, man. Good morning. What's going on, Will?
Ain't nothing much, man. Just hanging out, man. Getting ready to get up here and get to the airport.
You getting to head back home, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. What time your flight leave out?
Oh, I got a noon flight. I got to get to the airport because it's a whole bunch of meetings. You know, you got to sit down. I got some virtual meetings I got to hear. You know how it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Rashad, what's good, Rashad?
What it do? Yeah, like yeah. I've been up early. Yeah. I've been up since about 4, man. Like I still didn't get the notification. Like I just checked it. It says all, but for some reason it still don't let me know. I didn't have to get on YouTube because I know you was up. But yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What's the subject? What's the subject?
Oh, we're talking about the wide receivers and tight ends today. Yesterday was the quarterback and running back. So today we're gonna talk about the wide receivers and tight end. Basically earn their role. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's only two wide receivers right now, in my opinion, that have earned their role, and I'm waiting for somebody in a tight end room to break out and be the lead guy and earn that role as well. So that's what the discussion is about today. So hold on real quick. Let me read these last two and then we can get into it. Cole Rory 9063 says, "Friday, y'all. One more day till Saturday. Keep pounding to all Panther fans." Hey, shout out to you, Cole. Appreciate you for being here. Hit that like button on your way in. I greatly appreciate it. Zip said Rashad sound like drip. And NH
Drip who?
official,
Who drip?
I can't remember who he is, but I know he be on Unk channel. NH official said Chris has chance to take wide receiver too. Okay. Okay. You have to tell me why you feel that way, NH. You can't just put that out there and just make a vague statement like that. You gotta tell me why. And shout out to Matar Lomax with the $5 super chat. He said, "We have so much talent on the receiving side. We need to let David Moore go so we can develop the other guys." Hey, that's a possibility. That's a possibility.
Uh-oh.
That could be.
About the itch start scratching.
Yeah. Cool C said, "Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Cool C. Hit that like button for me, man. Appreciate you being here." Reality said, Charlotte Observer says Mechie and Bryce showing chemistry again already like it never left. Yeah, there was an article Cassidy Hill posted on the Panthers.com website. This was on the 10th of this month where she wrote an article talking about the relationship between Bryce and Mechie and the chemistry that they have and how it hasn't even like it's nothing that they have to really rebuild. It's already there. Um, the wide receiver coach was talking about David Metchie, praising him of for his route running ability, knowing where to sit in zones. It's a very good article. I think Tetairoa McMillan was talking about John Metchie as well. So yeah, if you haven't read it or checked it out, check it out. Check it out on Panthers.com. Cassidy Hill wrote the article, and this was back on the 10th of this month. So last Friday, matter of fact. And cool, see, you know I'm not clicking on that comment. Just said, nah, I'm talking about dude who make content. He said, yeah, after everything. Oh, okay. Don't know who he is. Yeah, get Dave ass out of here, not Jimmy. Tim Bollock says, I like Mitchell Evans at tight end. He's a good all-around tight end, can block and catch. I like for him to step up this season. I agree with you. Yeah, he seems like an all-around guy. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Today, we are putting the Panthers wide receivers and tight ends through the complete player test. We are not stopping at names, draft status, size, speed, or highlight catches. We are asking 3 questions. Can they create easy throws? Can they win third down and in the red zone? And when training camp gets serious, who can earn a complete role? Because talent may get you into the competition, but talent by itself will not earn Bryce Young's trust. All right. Carolina appears to have more receiving talent and depth than it has had in several years. Tetairoa McMillan gives the offense a proven centerpiece. Jalen Coker established himself as a dependable second option. Xavier Legette still possesses the size and physical traits that made him a first-round selection. Chris Brazzell brings size, vertical speed, and contested catch potential. John Metchie enters the competition with experience, route feel, and previous chemistry with Bryce Young. At the tight end, Carolina has Tommy Tremble, Jatavion Sanders, Mitchell Evans, James Mitchell, and Felipe Franks on the current roster. That sounds promising a little, but today's question is not whether that talent is not whether the Panthers have talent. The real question is whether the talent can function together. Camp must show whether this collection can create easy throws for the quarterback, win the money downs, and earn clearly defined roles. That is the difference between collecting weapons and building a complete passing game. So the first topic for today, can Carolina create easy throws? All right. Can they create easy throws? Hold on. I did not mean to put that right there. Get rid of that. All right. There we go. All right. So here are the facts. Right. Carolina official offseason review credited McMillan with 77 receptions for 1,095 yards and 7 touchdowns in 2025, including the postseason. Coker produced 42 receptions for 528 yards and 4 touchdowns despite missing the first 6 games. That's also including the postseason. Legette recorded 36 receptions for 371 yards and 3 touchdowns, including postseason play. Dave Canales identified McMillan and Coker as Carolina's top 2 receivers entering the offseason. Legette reduced his regular season drop total from 8 in 2024 to 1 in 2025, but injuries and communication problems contributed to a decline in production. Carolina added Brazzell after he produced 1,017 yards and 9 touchdowns at Tennessee in 2025. The Panthers have praised his vertical speed, body control, and ability to drop his weight at the top of the routes. Bryce Young and the coaching staff have emphasized Metchie's attention to route landmarks, timing, splits, and zone awareness. So I'm gonna skip over the context part. Well, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Separation is not simply how far a receiver is from the defender when the ball arrives. The real question is whether the receiver becomes available when the quarterback reaches him in the progression. Route spacing is a different issue. A receiver can run his individual route correctly and still hurt the concept if the depth, split, or landmark allows one defender to affect two routes. Yards after the catch are also a shared result. Scheme, route design, blocking, quarterback placement, and receiver ability all contribute. We should distinguish between yak created by the receiver and yak manufactured by the plays. So the question I have for you guys on the panel: to given Carolina's production from McMillan and Coker, Leggett's physical upside, and the additions of Brazel and Mechie, does this group have enough dependable separation, spacing discipline, and yards after catchability to create repeatable, easy throws? Will you go first?
Yeah, I think so. And I think they got the receivers that they wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because the head coach and offensive coordinator used to be wide receiver coaches, they know exactly what they want to do in the concepts. So the players have to be able to execute the concept. And I think
Right.
everybody has the tools they need. Because Brazel, Brazel popping the top off the defense will be important. Um, you Ted McMillan being more physical at the line of scrimmage because he said that he was playing at a lesser weight last season for whatever reason.
Right.
Um, I, I think Coker is a route technician, and if Mechie can do the same type of is the same type of route technician that Coker can bring, I think all the ingredients is there to really create easy throws and have easy answers for the quarterback to make the play.
Okay. That's it.
Yes, sir.
All right, Rashad, what you got?
I don't think we have enough playmaking after the catch, but I think we got a lot of guys who can catch and who can catch in traffic. But I don't think we have enough guys who can actually, you know, I mean, we ain't seen Messi yet. Horn still young, like he's still developing. Like we talked about yesterday, you know, we got a lot of big receivers. You know what I'm saying? I think
Right.
they can. I think they can. Brazil, he got the speed, but as far as like those quick twitch, intermediate type guys, I don't think we have many of them. But we got big body guys like Coker. He can run routes. He got good hands. Ted is what Ted is. You know, Excel. He still got to prove himself. Same thing with Brazil because he ain't did nothing yet. But as far as I want to hear that question one more time, Tone.
Okay. So the
As
question
far as the
is
group,
the question is given Carolina's production from McMillan and Coker, Leggett's
mhm.
physical upside, and the additions of Brazel and Mechie, does this group have
Mhm.
enough dependable separation, spacing discipline, and yards after the catch ability to create repeatable easy throws?
Mm. Uh, man, I'm. We got big body guys. I mean, I think they can catch in traffic. You know what? I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say I think we have enough to yeah. Yeah. We got enough. We got enough. I mean, I would rather have a few of those quick, twitchy, fast guys. But I think Colt Boy and Tech and those guys combined, I think they can get it done. I mean, I would love to have
Okay.
like those more fast, quick, twitchy guys, but I think they can get it done. I think they can get it done.
Well, let me ask you this question, Rashad. Um, who besides McMillan and Coker do you think can separate consistently when Bryce reaches that particular receiver in the progression?
Uh, I mean, it's hard to say right now because who just said something about Messi. I mean, you talk about the chemistry, him and Messi,
Right,
but I haven't seen Messi. I haven't seen Messi in this system or play with Bryce in what 3 4 years. So it's kind of like wait and
right. It's
see.
been a minute.
Yeah, same thing with Brazil. We haven't seen him yet. You know,
That's a
mm,
fair. That's fair. I mean, because you can't really comment unless you watch them play, and I mean that goes.
yeah,
I guess we definitely haven't seen Brazil in the NFL. Mechie has been limited since he's been in the league. So you can only really like go off of what you seen them do in college. You know.
yeah.
So Will, I'm gonna ask that same question to you, Will. Who besides McMillan and Coker do you believe can separate consistently when Bryce reached that particular receiver in the progression? Will, can you hear me?
He might be
Oh,
on
okay.
mute.
I'm sorry. Right here, right here.
Uh,
I, I'm sorry. I had the mute button. I didn't want to be
Oh,
breaking script. I'm saying. So what I was gonna say, what I was trying to say is, it's an unpopular opinion, but it's David Moore.
yeah,
That's the
yeah,
reason
he
why
can.
that's the reason why he always on his roster. Now,
Yeah,
maybe somebody else is able to do this in training camp, and David Moore doesn't become a necessary capability. But David Moore consistently is able to snag down a couple of critical catches. And the season that the season that the 2 seasons that he was healthy, he was consistently able to do that. So,
that's a fact.
I is he still going to be necessary this season? Is XL or is XL or Brazil or Mechie going to make that not necessary?
Mm,
They have to do that. But right now, if you ask me
yeah,
right now, going into the clubhouse, you need somebody to be able to a wide receiver 3 to get separation and get open in space. Is David Moore.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Driver, what's going on?
I will give you this. I will give you chemistry as far as his David. He knows the system. He knows Dave, and he knows everybody really well. I will give you that. But David, David Moore. I don't know. I don't know about that. I will go with I will go with Excel, Brazil, and Messi before I go with David Moore. But I like him though. I like David Moore. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
hold on, Will. Hold
Drive.
on. But hold on, Ray Shack, because you just said something that's interesting. So when you say you would rather go with XL or Brazil, I think you said Mechie as well, right?
Yeah.
So you basically are selecting potential over production. But David Moore gives you the best production out of all three of them
Yeah.
as what he has done thus far in the NFL. But I understand the potential that Brazil may have, and I understand that you know people want to see uh Excel reach the potential that you know people feel like he has. So, but David Moore got that production, dog. He knows that
Yeah,
offense better than any receiver in the offense.
yeah, but you gotta think about it. You got how many receivers you got active on any given day, right? You got like 5 active, right? On most game days, right? So you think about it,
Five
you
is
got
no. They pretty much they're pretty much all active. That's a good question because I don't know the exact number that's active on game day. I know they keep 7 on the 53-man roster.
yeah,
I do know that.
yeah.
So
Okay,
it may be
okay,
one that's not active.
okay. If you name Ted McMillan, Jalen Coker, XL, Brazil, that's 4. Now that fifth spot, who that fifth spot going to? It's either going to Messi, Moore, or Horn. Because all 7 not going to be active on game day. So somebody got to play special teams. Now, can John Messi play special teams? Can Jimmy Horn play special teams better than David Moore?
Yeah,
Now I know David.
but
Yeah, I know David. Go ahead,
let's
go
get
ahead.
back to the question though. Who do you think outside of McMillan and Coker can separate consistently when Bryce reaches them in the progression?
Well, I will go with XL and Messi over David Moore, like based off you know youth and just potential. That's what I would do. I like
Okay,
David
so
Moore though, but I don't. Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
so you going potential over production. I get it. Driver, what's going on, driver? Talk to me.
What a do, baby.
What a do, baby.
Yeah, man. Hey, hey, man.
What's
Listen
going
here,
on,
man.
man? Yeah, what on, man?
Y'all need to go cut the bullshit out, man. Y'all know who got to go, who's on the way out. This motherfucker. Hey, man. Will, you know you my boy, man. But today you gotta hear the real of the real.
Well,
Will is
hold
probably.
on, Java. Let's stick to the question. Now, if you don't remember what the debate question was,
Mhm.
the question was given Carolina's production from McMillan and Coker, Leggett's physical upside, and the additions of Brazel and Mechie, does this group have enough dependable separation, spacing discipline, and yards after catch ability to create repeatable, easy throws for the quarterback?
Yeah, I agree that they do. Besides one player, man, one player he can't do it.
Who's that?
That's what we call. It starts with an X and it ends with an L. Yeah, so
Okay.
that guy right there is what we call he's stagnant the offense. Yeah, it's like speed bumps. You know how you go through the neighborhood, they got the little speed bumps. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
one of them. Yeah. So we can't get loose until we get rid of that motherfucker right now.
So what you're basically saying is that he's interfering with the he's interfering with the growth and the continuity of the wide receiver room. Is that what you're saying?
Man, you hit it right on the head.
Will,
Yes, sir.
what you got for that? Would you like to respond to
Don't
that?
go to Will, man. We know what Will
don't
got
go-
to say.
You want to respond back to that criticism from
Thank you for
driver?
thank you for allowing me to have a moment. Okay. XL hasn't had the productivity that was necessary this last couple of seasons. I get it. The first season, he was never supposed to be the number one, but we had a head case at the X position, at the number one receiver position. And he's up out of here. And his name is Chief Bag Fumbler. So to take that young guy, put him in the number one slot, and then say you got to be able to do this, and when he was never supposed to do that, in the beginning. He didn't get a chance to. He was never supposed to be a Ted McMillan when he came to the league, right?
Right.
However, he still hasn't got it together. Partially because of injuries, partially because he needed to develop. Hopefully, he put it all together this season. Criticism of Excel is still warranted, but I think it's over the top at this point. He hasn't failed. He hasn't produced just yet. That's the best way I can put that.
Okay. Rashad, what you think? What you think of those comments?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What happened?
Dog, come on, dog.
I look, I heard you, but what happened?
Nah,
I
was asking.
Excel. What about Excel?
I was asking. What do you think about the comments that Will and Driver made about Excel?
I mean, I know Driver don't like Excel, so ain't no change in his mind. But I still think he got potential, man. I mean, I ain't gave up on him yet. I mean, I still think he can be at least decent. I mean, at least decent. I ain't gave up on him yet. I think he still got some. He still got some game left. You know, you got to put in the work though.
I mean, yeah, I haven't given up on him. Like I said, I haven't had high expectations. I never had high expectations for him from the beginning, so I'm not disappointed in what I see. This is kind of what I expected to see. But by him being a first round draft pick, by us trading back into the first round, albeit it was just one spot, but you did it because you wanted to pick up that 5th-year option. So just by doing that, I think he's on a little bit more borrowed time than some people would like for him to be. This is going into year 3. His production hasn't gotten, in my opinion, any better. I mean, yeah, he had less drops in 2025 as opposed to 2024, but you would think that the production would have went up a little bit, but it really didn't. So now you bringing in Tetairoa McMillan, Jalen Coker has established himself as a second receiver. Then you got not Mechie, Brazil, who you drafted this year to be that deep vertical threat that, quite honestly, we haven't really got it consistently from XL. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the pecking order, he can find himself as a number 4 wide receiver. That's why I said at the number 3, there's a log jam between XL, Brazil, and David Moore. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so those three are battling. Those three are battling for
I don't think so. I don't think
number
so.
3 and number 4. Okay, what you think?
I don't think so. I think the top 3 is already set. I think they're gonna take it slow with Brazil, unless he just just pops like a mug and just showing out. I think they top 3 is already set, bro. I'm pretty sure they top 3 is set. I think Brazil. I think the only position battle that, as far as wide receivers, is that back 5 to 7. That's all we worried about. I'm not worried about XL at this moment losing his job.
Okay.
So no Brazil or no damn David Moore. I'm not worried about it right now.
Okay. All right. Hey, Rashad, I'm gonna drop you for 1 second. Let me bring Nick Tri-State up real quick, okay?
All right.
All right. I have you back there in the back.
All right.
All right.
Yo,
Nick Tri-State, what's going on, my guy?
Good morning, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Good morning, man. Good morning.
How you doing?
We're talking about the wide receivers and tight ends this morning. How much of the conversation have you caught?
I literally just jumped in. I saw the link, clicked it. I'm here, but you know.
So let me start with the debate question that I asked everybody that was on the panel.
Sure.
Given Carolina's production from McMillan and Coker, Leggette's physical upside, and the additions of Brazo and Mechie, does this group have enough dependable separation, spacing discipline, and yards after catch ability to create repeatable, easy throws for the quarterback?
Ooh,
What say
ooh,
you?
ooh. That's a great question.
I
Yards
know.
after, as far as yards after the catch, I don't think we have like. I think we can all agree like we don't have like a amazing yards after the catch guy, right? Like someone who can just turn
Mm-hmm.
a 5 yard into a 40 yard gain, right? But what we do have is big physical receivers who know how to high point the ball, who are physical, and guys like Jalen Coker. If he stacks you at the top of his route, you're at his mercy. We saw that in that big play against the Rams. He
Yeah.
won that route early at the top, stacked him at the top of his route, and the next thing you knew, 4 yards of separation when he broke his route. Um, I think I think XL. We've all been hard on XL, but the God given physical ability is there. If he could put it all together, look out. That's all I can say in
Well,
regards to
how
him. But
how
it's just
long how long do you feel the Panthers should wait for him to
mm,
put it all together? Because the
I
clock
think
is
I
ticking.
oh yeah, absolutely. I think this year is the last year. Your third year is that. I think the third year is the end of the grace period from
So
your
you think
rookie
some
season.
some some type of decision is coming at the end of this year, one way or another?
So I saw the topic and I wanted to run this by you. I have a gentleman in the Carolinas who's deep in the real estate game, who's very connected in the Carolinas. He's been telling us in this group chat for months that XL and his team have requested a trade from the Panthers. And ironically, a couple days ago, someone put out a tweet that XL liked a tweet that said the Panthers should trade XL to the Dolphins for a third or fourth rounder. I can send this to you right now, Tone, if you'd like.
I
Let me
mean,
get it.
I
Let me get it for
haven't
you.
I haven't heard it or anything like that. So I really don't dive into those rumors. If it's not credible information from a credible source, I don't even get into it. But if you say that it was out there, okay, I believe you.
I'm gonna put it in the private chat. Y'all let me know if you want to pull it up too. But like he put out a tweet and XL literally liked it. Like he got the notification that XL liked his tweet and he put out a tweet. He said to my favorite podcasters, Ricky Bobati, shout out Ricky. Is this something or nothing? XL liked my I trade XL for a fourth rounder today. I did not tag him in my post, which was a response to an article, and you can see that that's XL's like that's his Twitter. That's his Twitter page.
Right.
So I mean, I think, but at the same time, it's like, you know, man, $23.6 million player option Tone. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to make a decision on that for him for that first round player option. So it's like I think me personally, man, it's like he's so physically gifted and talented. I wouldn't be mad if they gave him this year to make the decision. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
I just caught. I think one of the gentlemen was talking about how they believe XL is going to start the season as wide receiver three. I agree. I agree. I think he's on thin ice. I think Homie also said right when I came in, if Brazel pops in the preseason, like if he has a Victor Cruz type preseason, oh XL gone. He's out the door. Like if Brazel goes into the preseason and just shines and shows out, oh yeah, XL
Yeah.
gone. He gone. He gone at that point.
Okay. What you think about that, driver? The
Um,
potential the potential of, I guess, the Dolphins, or somebody talking about XL going to the Dolphins for third and fourth. I just looked at that X post that you sent, Nick, but to me that's nothing credible. That's just somebody um putting something out there hypothetical. And yes,
Yeah, but why
Xavier
would
Leggett,
XL
yeah,
like it though?
yeah, he liked it. He
He
liked it.
liked the
So
tweet
yeah, I saw
though. You
that.
know what I
So
mean? That's weird.
Yeah. So
And considering
that
the fact
may
that he didn't even add him, Tony, that's the key, right? He didn't even at Xavier Leggett. So that means Xavier Leggett goes on Twitter, searches his name, he looks at these things, and then he went out and liked it. Like he went out of his way, searched his name up, saw the tweet, and liked it. That's the
that
crazy
very
part.
well that very well can be something. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that it doesn't mean anything. I mean, for a player to like a tweet about him being traded, that very well could be an indication of his you know him being not liking his current situation. Um, the current team or whatnot, and maybe wants that fresh start. So, it very well could be all that what you just said, Nick. What you think, driver?
Like I say, man, I just think he's not fit for our organization. I'm not saying he won't have, uh some type of production anywhere else. I don't believe it would be his ceiling is high, like people say, I understand people say the physical, but he don't play physical. So when people say that his physical upside is through the roof or he has an upside on that, he don't even play physical. So I just I kind of I
That
kind
is
of
true.
don't buy into that because it's everything is kind of based on production, and I clearly understand, just like Bryce and a few other players came to the organization. It wasn't this, the best situation to go into, but for a player that's only proved 1 year in college, right, and understand the moment, and he said he been through this type of situation before, I feel like he should be more aware of the situation of what's at hand. Uh, and I think he should took last season. I feel should have put more into last season than what he should have done. So
Right.
I really believe that XL, like I'm telling people, man, he to me, my opinion is the reason why our offense hasn't jumped through the roof or moved up from like passing 28 to 20th at least or to 19. I just feel like he's just out there, um, and being unproductive. I just feel like he's just another guy. And to say that about a first round pick, and like I say, man, the undrafted free agent took his spot. Uh, Bryce Tremaine came in and ran better routes than him for the limited time period that they gave him. You can just look all across the board, man. Jimmy Horn caught a fourth down, man, conversion in Miami game, and there's more
Right.
trust
Right.
going towards unproven players that's took was either undrafted. I don't know Bryce Tremaine. I think he was undrafted, and I think Jimmy Horn was like what, a 6 or 7 round player,
Right.
and
Jimmy was a 6th round, and Bryson Tremaine was undrafted.
right, and Mitchell Evans, the guy that we took out of the tight end, we took him like 5th or 6th round, however the case may be. He looks way more physical than XL. And like I say, man, it's more players look like they more football players. And I think that's the reason
Yeah.
why we're in our situation, because we keep holding on to some of these players that we feel like, hey, we chose potential over actual football like minded players. I think, like I said, I
Okay.
just don't think XL is just a football like minded player though, in my eyes.
Okay. Will, before you go, let me read the money real quick. Hey, Reality Beats 11 with the $9.99 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. He said the way that Bryce throws wide receivers open like the Coker and Tet TD passes, I believe he gets even better at it this year with more speed on the field, and that will create more yak for us. We can't cut Jimmy. All right, Reality. Hey, I appreciate the $9.99 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Go ahead, Will. I hope I gave you enough time to formulate your thought because I know you over there plotting.
No, not really plotting. So I had to write some of this stuff down because I wanted to make sure I hit some of the key points and not take the lazy river route.
Yeah.
All right. He liked a tweet. He probably sick of our shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
All right. That's one. Two. I noticed that people always Jimmy Horn caught a 4th down pass. Nobody said nothing about XL catching a touchdown pass. It's just how it is.
Right.
If you don't like the man, you think that so let me get this straight. XL is the reason why our offense ain't jumped 9 spots. That one person alone.
No, that's not fair to say.
Okay. That's just not fair to say.
Yeah, that's not fair to say.
No, it's not fair to say.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
not
I
fair
just,
or true.
I'm just going down my list here. Things that were said on
See,
this
I
live.
knew he was plotting. I knew.
Okay.
Go ahead, Will.
What nobody has said is, and this was actually stated, and I know everybody gonna be like, oh, whatever. Starting out week 1 in Jacksonville and playing all through the season, most of the season, XL played injured
Last year.
last year.
Okay.
Hip injury. Coker sat for 6 games
Right.
from an injury. So going into week 1, you had a rookie wide receiver, an injured number 2, and David Moore got injured, I think, in the second game of the season. First game of the season?
First series of the Jacks. I thought it was the Jacksonville game. Somebody said it was the second game. But I thought it was the first game.
Right.
But I know he missed like 14, 15 games
right
last year. So
and then the route and then everything changed around because Thielen got traded at the end as we was breaking camp.
right. That's correct.
But nobody puts anything into context. They just blame the man and say, oh, he ain't proved himself. I mean, God damn, if I was him, I'd be sick of our shit too.
Well, let me ask you this, Will. In all honesty, do you from the time that he has had on the field? We're just gonna I'm just gonna bypass the injuries. I'm just talking about when he is on the field. Do you feel like he has maximized the opportunities that have been presented to him? And what is your evaluation of his production while he has been on the field?
If you take things into a vacuum, obviously he hasn't maximized the production that he's had on the field, that he's been given.
Okay.
So I've always said out throughout this whole process, he has a tough hill to climb out of. He has a hill to climb out of.
Right.
However, the way it's like I don't know who the next player will be, but for whatever reason, he's polarizing. It's like as a fan base, we got to have somebody that's polarizing, somebody we think is the cure to our ills if he did not exist. It's odd to me. So I think that XL coming into camp healthy and him being able to get in here and produce. Think about it like this is just me. Think about it like this. Brazel is a third round draft pick. I hope he does well. Brazel ain't even put on a pair of shoulder pads yet, and people calling him wide receiver 2.
Mm.
He didn't
Yeah,
put on
that's
shoulder
low
pads
key
yet.
annoying too. I hate hearing that.
Who?
That Brazel's
What?
going to be wide receiver too. Like,
Who
since
said
when?
that?
I've heard a lot of Panther fans say they think Brazel's going to
Somebody
be.
said that in your in one of the comments that you put up there.
I'm not saying on Tochos. I'm just talking about
Oh,
across the YouTube sphere and Panthers world. Like
Right.
I've heard
wow.
several people say they think
Yeah.
Brazel's going to be wide receiver too, and he's going to be better than Coker, XL, everyone. And I'm
Right.
like, if he was this good, he wouldn't have fell to the third round. Like we got to understand something. He fell to the third round for a reason.
But I
You
mean,
know?
That's
hopefully we
true.
do get a Puka Nakua. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that
that's true.
I would love to
Absolutely.
have that.
Yeah,
But the likelihood of that happening
slim.
is small.
Hmm.
With
Yeah.
that being said, XL need to come in at camp healthy and produce. Get on the field this season and make valuable catches.
Mm.
He has to do that. I'm not saying that. Oh well, I'm not being like a damn mother hen. Protecting her clutching her eggs for XL. What I'm honestly saying is we give him we unfairly besmirch him. You can criticize him, but he's being unfairly besmirched. I mean, so much so that what did Sheena and Vashti say?
I don't
Panthers,
know. Oh,
Panther fans are fucking internet bullying him. I would
wow.
be sick of I would be sick of our shit too.
Wow.
Hey,
Sheena and
Tony.
Vashti, huh?
Go,
Driver.
ahead.
Hold on, driver.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Will.
No, no, and so that's all I'm saying is you could be critical of his play. You could say he didn't make the most of his opportunities, but literally, I mean, it's like it's damn near internet bullying.
Okay, yeah. Listen. I mean, I follow Twitter, and I'm on Twitter heavy, and I follow YouTube and stuff like that, and listen to other content creators. I can't. I don't see the bullying part.
This
To
was
be
last
honest,
season. I'm not talking about right now.
last season. Oh,
Last
okay,
season.
okay,
I'm not
okay.
talking about like they didn't just recently said. They said that last season. On they,
Well,
they, how they have, how they used to have their podcast. You used to come on in the middle of the day,
yeah,
during the
yeah.
season, and she
Right.
didn't patch. I was like, yo, seriously, y'all got to stop.
Wow. Okay.
But what
Go ahead,
to
driver.
what you said, Will? I'm gonna say that because I got it. It's a two-part question. Just off what Will said. But what we gotta understand is too, they bully Bryce all day on YouTube. They bully Bryce through the media.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
you
a small.
making it, but XL, yeah, he get criticized, but his criticism don't outweigh Bryce criticism.
Just because one person, so just because you bully Bryce, that means XL should be allowed to be bullied too.
I mean, I never said that.
So let's talk. Let's talk directly to the XL. Let's talk directly to the Bryce bullying.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Will let driver finish his comment.
Okay.
Go ahead, driver.
Sorry.
But I was just on to make it, throwing that out there. But the question I truly had was, Tony, what was the difference between the 28 passing offense and the 20 of offense? And if you had time to find the metrics on like the difference of yardage between the 20 of offense passing and the 28 offense, or 27 where we landing at. But I wanted to point that out because I heard you say that the reason that XL can't be, and you think it's unfair to put that much on him. When you the number 2 wide receiver, right? And your first year, you start and then you catch what 400 some yards, and the next year you go to 300 some yards. That does hinder your offense. That's slowing you down, and you got players that played for Carolina that had Adam Thielen 1,000 yards. You got to take 1,000 yards. I mean, this has happened under Bryce. So for Excel to not even produce 700, I'm not even saying 1,000, 700, 800 yards in one season would
You're talking about 2
pretty
seasons,
much.
actually.
Well, I'm just saying he haven't done it in one season, like a 700-yard season, a 800-yard season, whatever.
If you combine his yardage his rookie year and his second year, it doesn't even exceed 800 yards.
I know
850 yards.
I know that
Yeah,
Tri-State. I'm
yeah,
just pointing out he haven't had a complete season yet.
yeah.
I mean, we already know what his stats is, but the point I'm making is he's when you say that it's unfair to place him in that position, that I feel like that's fair criticism, because you had a guy who's played less games than him and had more yardage than him
That's a
on
fair
one
point.
season. So when you looking at the opportunities he keep getting, I mean, has been given versus the other opportunities the wide receivers was given, you got to look at it from that standpoint. You got players who ain't even dressed out to like week 5, getting 150 yards, which is Jimmy Horn. This man been playing all season, and Jimmy Horn running in and around with verses. The measure they was targeting him with those passes. So it when I say that XL, deserves that amount of pressure, because even out his own mouth said he got to do better. He had a bad season. So this not just coming out of from the fans. He acknowledged that he had a bad season.
All right.
So
Oh
to go ahead.
no, go ahead and finish your thought. I thought you was
Nah,
done.
that
Go
was
ahead.
yeah. Go ahead. Y'all good. Go ahead. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
Uh,
I
touch
gotta
on that.
but
I gotta respond
yeah,
to that.
hold on, real quick. Hey, everybody, we've been live for an hour and 15 minutes now. If you're enjoying the conversation, the debate, the energy and the vibe that's being brought to you this morning, do me a favor and show support for the show. There's a QR code in the top right corner. If you scan that QR code and take you to my PayPal, donate whatever your heart leads you to donate. I would greatly appreciate it. There's also a PayPal link that's pinned in the YouTube comment section. If you're on the Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, if you came through that link from Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, then you will also see the link for PayPal in the comments, and I will also post it again here in the chat. So my daily goal is $25. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys help me obtain that goal this morning. All right, just $25. I appreciate it. Go ahead, Will.
Okay, couple of things here. One, there's a very small subset on the fan base that is actually screaming death and murder to Bryce Young on these YouTube streets, and it's an echo chamber. So let's just start there. So it's not when you really zoom out and take a look at content creators that are doing that type of work, they are a minority. Now, does Bryce deserve criticism? Sure. I think every player you could criticize something about their game or whatever. But I didn't say that people need to chill on XL. Vashti Item said that last season. Sheena and Vashti Item said that. So don't be looking at me as if I'm saying some stuff that's out of pocket, out of school. It's the way it is. Now, if you want to talk about analysis of oh, well, what's the difference between 27 and 20, and then extrapolate the yards to XL, and then throw Jimmy Horn in there, and people always do that. They throw Jimmy Horn in there, and if Jimmy Horn was such a good player that he didn't beat out to be the number 5 wide receiver on the roster, number 6 wide receiver on the roster. And if they didn't have chemistry with XL, if Bryce don't trust XL, why in the playoff game did he get targeted 3 times in the first half? One time targeted in the end zone, he got a pass interference in the end zone because he would have caught the ball. They had to do the defensive back pass interference. They put the ball on the 1 yard line. Why did all of this happen? I get it. He hasn't produced, and I don't think that anybody is saying, I didn't say that. XL didn't say that he didn't have a bad season. I'm not saying he didn't have a bad season. You don't have to remind me. I mean, we're all in agreement to that. We're all in agreement that he has to do better. But to literally say the offense would be a top 15 offense or top 25 the top would jump 7, 8 spots because of one player. I don't care how you do that math. That's not a thing. I just don't think that that's the case. That's unfair.
Nick, what you got, Nick? Oh, you finished, Will? Will you finish?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am. I am.
I have been in XL. I've been harsh on XL, but I'm glad Will said that because it has to
I'm
remind
sorry.
me.
Hey, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry
You
because
good?
I forgot to do this before you
You good,
went.
brother?
Shout out to you, Tim Bullock. I just got that alert, that PayPal alert. Appreciate that $5 gift that you sent me, my guy. Definitely appreciate it. Go ahead, Nick.
I was gonna say, it's XL. It for all the hate he's received, it feels like he's been a Panther for like 5 years. He's only been here for 2 years, right? Um,
Right.
and it's like I have to, because like I said, I've been harsh on XL. I have been, but I have to be honest and say to myself and tell myself sometimes, like, you got to relax, right? Because it's like we can't be hypocritical now, right? People said to be patient with Bryce, so why can't we be patient with XL? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, though, it's like we can't wait forever, right? We can't wait 5 years, right? This is why this year is very important. If XL goes out and has a 55 catch, 625-yard season with 5 touchdowns as wide receiver 3, I think a lot of Panther fans will be like, "Hey, that's a great season, dog. All right, this is what we need." I don't think
Right.
anyone's out here expecting or wanting oh, he's gonna get 1,000 yards. We don't even need that. We just need him to be like, okay, here's a great example, right? His rookie year, he was hurt. He had the wrist thing. He had a hard time catching the ball. This past year, he was making great hands catches. Like, look at the touchdown against the Dolphins. Great hands catch. So that to me signifies, like, okay, he went out and worked and he got better. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He had an off season, another off season under his belt. Let's see how he comes back this year. If he does well, cool, great. If he doesn't, try and trade him. Simple. That's my thoughts on that.
Well, let me ask you guys this, and Will, you can go first on this one. Do you believe that Leggett can turn improve hands into better timing, communication, and route reliability? Go ahead. That's for
Yep.
you, Will. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Yes. Yeah. I
You
was
know.
talking on mute again. I'm sorry. Um. Yeah. I think he can. I
Yeah, because
I honestly
I
think.
think that was three of the biggest things that I have noticed about Excel that I feel like he really needs to improve on the most. Better timing, knowing where he's at on the field, building that communication, better communication with Bryce, and his route reliability. I don't think he runs the best routes. So those are my three.
Right.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. So I think that those are all. If he wants to be a professional wide receiver, he has to improve those things. Period.
Mm-hmm.
If this is what he wants, he has to do that. I think I've seen him get better. Let's see what it all looks like put together this season. Because if he becomes a credible wide receiver 3 with Coker and XL, we have a really good wide receiving room.
Hey, Tone, appreciate you having me up, dog. I gotta go, man. My daughter just woke up. Y'all fellas have a great day and a great
All right,
weekend.
Nick.
Peace.
We'll holler
All
at
right.
you. All right,
Yep.
my guy. We're gonna bring Rashad back on if
Right.
he's still available. Go ahead, Will. Will you finish?
Yes, I was done. Yeah.
Go ahead. Hold on real quick, driver, before you go. Hey, shout out to Red Feinbaum for being here this morning. I ain't forget about you, my guy. I saw your tweet. So shout out to Red Swarm. Appreciate you for tapping in. Make sure you hit that like button. And also shout out to Omar Tillman. Talks with Omar. He said, "Good morning, panel and chat." Good morning, Omar. Thank you for tapping in as well. Greatly appreciate it. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, as well as Carolina Armchair GM CJ, his channel. Turn the post notification bell. Select all so you'll be alerted next time we do go live. I'm
Hey, I
here
gotta
Monday through
respond.
Friday.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Go ahead, Will. What you need to respond to?
Hey, I'm just gonna say this. That comment by Red is absolutely asinine and asinine. That's just ridiculous.
Come on, this one.
Yes, that's just ridiculous. That's not even in the same. That's just ridiculous.
I feel you.
No pity. It's just oof. Good Lord.
Roscoe Dash 3074 said abundant rich risings family 100 keep pounding. Hey, appreciate you for tapping in, Roscoe. And make sure you hit that like button on your way in. Zip said Omar don't got the answers. Tim Bala said XL is very aware of his situation going into this upcoming season. Gotcha. Ray Shot, you still there?
Yo, yep.
So what's your take? How do you feel about the conversations that we've had so far this morning, mainly talking about XL and what his value to the Panthers?
Talking about me? I think I spoke on that already. Like I
Oh, you
said,
did? Well, I
like
know you was back. I
yeah.
ain't know. I was just make sure you give you opportunity. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I think I said I think he's gonna be the number 3 this year, and I don't
Somebody,
think he has to. You said what?
they say that you said that Braz will be number 2. You think Braz gonna take
Oh,
out
who?
Jalen Coker?
Who said it? Who said that?
Some I think Red said that. Said you said that.
Whoa! I ain't say. Hold
Let
on,
me
huh?
go. Let me
No,
go back
I
up
know it was
there.
somebody in the chat in the beginning when we started talking about wide receivers. I don't know who it was. It was somebody in the chat that said Brazel could be number 2.
Yeah, because I could have sworn I saw a comment
Yeah,
where
what?
Red said that Rashad, or maybe it wasn't Red. I don't start me
Hell
the
no, it
line.
wasn't me.
Don't start me a line. I don't want to lie on nobody. You know I don't
Goddamn,
mind getting
man.
Red
Yeah.
riled up. But
Brazzle's gonna be number 3. Yeah, how you like that?
hey, driver,
Who gonna be number
don't be
3?
no.
Well, you know I gotta fuck with Will, man. That was why.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
that was fucking with me? Oh, my bad.
yeah.
Oh.
Hey, hey, driver, let me drop you off in the back real quick so I can bring Zip.
Oh, you good? I'm gonna roll up anyway, man. Go ahead.
Hey,
Okay,
I gotta take off. I got an 8:30 I gotta get to. You're
okay.
lucky because I had some notes centered around tight ends. You lucky.
Hey, I'm about to get in topic 2 real right now. So
Yeah.
I apologize for that. You can tell
Hey,
me
no
about it
problem.
later.
No problem. No, I will call you and give you all my information. You ain't getting away from this. All right,
You ain't no
y'all.
problem, Will.
All right, guys. Thank you for
All right,
everything.
Will. I appreciate you, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Zip, what's going on, my guy?
What's up,
Damn,
Tony? How
Drive
you
talking about
doing, man?
rolling up shit. I'm trying to
Hold
get
on,
some right
Rashad.
now, Drive.
Hold on,
Oh, my
Rashad.
bad,
Hold
Go
on.
ahead, go ahead.
What's up, Zip?
What's going on, Tony? How you doing this morning, brother?
Man, I can't call it 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Guess I call it even. You know that's how I get down. Yeah.
I heard
That's how
that.
I
I
get
heard
down.
that.
So you are the resident South Carolina Gamecock fan.
Mhm.
What do you feel? How do you feel about the comments that everybody has concerning Xavier Legette and his potential future with the team?
I think they're warranted, man. I think they're warranted. Me personally, I'm very critical of him myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to give him the full season this season to really evaluate everything he does and kind of go from there. But me knowing the Leggett that I do know, he's a late bloomer. You know what I'm saying? So it's very possible that he could come out this year and really shake the narrative up. And I'm expecting to see that out of him. And if not, I think we should move on from him after this season. To be honest with you. Excuse me.
Okay. Driver, what you got?
Oh man, all I'm gonna say is this, man. I can't remember what his player option is. I think Tri-State say like 23.5 million. I don't think he's worth 23.5 million. And I don't think nobody, even the XL supporters, believe that he's worth 23.5 million based on his
Yeah,
production. Like I say, man,
that's a fact.
I I love my Panthers, man. I actually
Mhm.
root for everybody. Is when I say I don't like this person, that don't mean that I actually, not rooting for him. I'm a root for him. I want him to do well. If XL come out this season and play and shut my ass up, guess what? I'm gonna take that on the chin. But
Yeah.
it's very rare when I watch a player and look at just based on his, because I like physical players, and when I look at physical and certain players that know how to, who's quick and mobile, very finesse in the passing game, at wide receiver, I just, I kind of, understand that role on the field because, like I say, growing up, I played that position, so I really don't see him, him doing anything to keep him in Carolina. That's why I believe that they should really trade him before the season start and cut ties with XL. I honestly believe that.
Okay. All right. Hey, shout out to D Cash. He said, Tony, what's happening? What's going on, D Cash? Appreciate you tapping in, my guy. Rashad, driver. I'm gonna drop you off so I can bring Red Fine Bomb up real quick.
All
I
right,
know you
go
said
ahead.
you was
Hey,
getting ready
hey,
to go
hey, hey,
anyway.
hey, hey, hey.
What's up?
What's
What's
the
up, Rashad?
yeah, y'all on the same subject? Cause I drop down because I'm ready to get on the next subject. Shit. How
Oh
many
yeah,
comments though? How many comments? So
okay.
what?
All right. I'm about to move. I'm about to
All
move the
right,
tight ends in 1 minute.
all right, all right.
That
All
should be
right. So
another
Yeah.
who dropping off? Okay, Rashad
Yeah.
dropped off.
Oh, okay.
All
I would
right.
have dropped off. I ain't no tripping. I ain't tripping. I'm
No, it's
I'm
cool.
rolling
It's
up.
cool. Shout out to D Cash. Like I said, appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Make sure you hit the like button. SC Panther Boy, what's good, my guy? Thank you for tapping in as well. As he said, he was talking to reality. Yeah, hit that like button as well. I greatly appreciate it. And Roscoe Dash 3074 said, I'm a Jimmy Horn fan. Facts. He better make the 53 or else. Okay, Roscoe. Hey, appreciate you for tapping
facts,
in too, my
Russell.
guy. Yeah. Red Fine Bomb.
Greek, what's happening? What's good with y'all brothers this morning?
What's
What
going
up,
on,
Blue
What's
man?
Swarm?
Yeah.
What up, Blue
Who?
Swarm? Blue
What's happening?
Swarm.
What's happening?
That's your
Damn,
name.
I guess Ray Shack don't like y'all talking about XL too much. But shit, driver. Damn, driver, what why you done started a civil
well,
war?
you go ahead and give us your 2 cents -1
Well, I
on the wide receivers.
I got this Canadian nickel, but you know how I do, how I serve.
Ain't
But
worth a damn.
yeah. Y'all hurt me with that one, Tony. I ain't gonna lie, man. You and Will hurt me with that one. You see how it's lingering, don't you? Y'all hurt me with that now.
You better go
Man,
get that horse some water. That's what you use that
always,
nigga for.
you always lingering, man. You gotta
Busting
watch
them
for
done
you, bro.
reported my ass AWOL. But look, man, on a real tip, and
Yeah.
I put this comment. Well, driver, I did a little research while you was waiting, because I know Tony, he may not be able to get to it because he got a lot going on, manning these wheels and steels. But the difference in yardage between the 20th ranked offense and the 20, you damn right, broski, the 27th ranked offense was literally 25.6 yards per game. Right? Doesn't seem like a lot, does it? But you know what's crazy? The difference in that is the same difference in passing yards. I didn't look at it in relation to running yards because today's topic is about the receiving core. If Bryce were to throw for an additional 25 yards per game, he'd be just over 200. So
Right.
I don't know, but I did that to say this on your discussion about the wide receivers, and I know you had a different topic yesterday, but pun intended, the wide receiver quarterback relationship is a codependent relationship. So
Meaning. Now
meaning
you gotta Meaning.
meaning that the actions of one directly affect the actions and results of the other. There's no splitting it up. There's no, he's good at this, but he's failed his receivers. Or they're good at this, but they failed their quarterback. You can't unscramble that egg. So you can have discussion all day about, does a higher level of quarterback play increase the level of wide receiver play, or does the higher level of wide receiver tight end play increase the level of quarterback play? I, for one, do not necessarily subscribe to that opinion. Now, I put in the comment that I don't really know whether or not the discussion about your second, third receiver and your tight end, that might be a moot discussion. Because if you
It's
look,
not, but go ahead.
okay, great. And I said, I think it might be. If you look into the numbers, and I'm here to stir this shit up. If you look into the numbers, you have significantly below average numbers when it comes to tight end and wide receiver production, second wide receiver, third wide receiver, and tight end production on the Carolina Panthers. I'm down.
I think we all know that, Red. I think that has been widely known and talked about. So you're not saying anything that we haven't mentioned already.
Well, you
We
don't.
we
And
we
then
we 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 know that we get below average production from the tight end room, and we know that the wide receiver room as a whole hasn't been greatly productive. You can only really say 2 wide receivers out of the 7 that we kept last year, or even before the year before, has been productive. So this is, like I said, this is nothing new. We've already know this.
Tony, you do.
and then and,
You
Into
know how to
what
talk to
what
it, but I don't
Hold
know
on,
if you
driver.
heard.
Hold on, driver. Go ahead,
I
Red.
don't know if you heard driver piping up in the background. Everybody in your fan base doesn't carry the same level of understanding of these things as you do. Driver's ready to make some
Okay.
comments, and I'm anxious to hear them.
Well, actually, I was trying to piggyback off your comment and say that it was a time with Tony, Red. I mean, Olive was on the show, and we watched the targets that XL got for Bryce, which Tony presented on the show, another show. I think you remember that, Red. And when we was watching XL route running, it
That was
was
popping.
horrendous.
That
You
was
know what I'm
popping.
saying? Yeah, Poppin. Okay. Yeah, Poppin was there too. And we watched his route running just last year. And what we saw was a guy who's not fluid, who don't know how to run, Chris routes. He's rounding off a lot of his routes. He don't know how the sideline awareness. Uh, he had a few outsides penalty. It's more about the mental state of the game, and it's like you know we're trying. And when people say, "Well, you got to give him the same grace as Bryce," why would you? How is you comparing a wide receiver position to a quarterback for one? And what I take from what I'm hearing is that you got Coker and Tech who came and understand the offense, but Excel gotta be carried up to up the part to just for the people who think that he don't need to be on the team for us to goddamn reward him. We ain't trying to reward no nigga who ain't doing their motherfucking job.
Well, Zip, as you well know and Tony knows, that wasn't the case that I just made. He totally didn't address what I said, nor did he have to. Because I'm not the one who's presenting the topics. Tony is. But you didn't have to respond to what I said, driver, about the usage of the second, third wide receiver and the tight end. Again, you went to XL. And since you mentioned Pop, and I want to commend him on the excellent job that he did. But driver, even with that, for you to bring it up is disingenuous when you only mention half of what Poppin exemplified in that cut up that he did. He did show lazy route running. He did show a sideline awareness of where he is on the field, as Tony rightly pointed out today, that he lacks that. And most receivers, when they get drafted, especially I think in the first round, they're already displaying that. So yeah, that's on XL to improve. And it may be part of the reason why he's falling down your ranking order as far as, where the wide receivers are. But Poppin also displayed, credit to him, Poppin also displayed some very poorly thrown, uncatchable passes to him. And I appreciate him showing every pass that XL was involved in last year. So you can look at it yourself and determine, whether it was more on one or more on the other. But I think what you just did, and thank you, driver, was point out what I came onto the show stating, Tony, is that the quarterback wide receiver relationship is a codependent one.
Well,
let me.
Hold on, driver. Hold on, driver. I'm gonna let Zip go, and then we're gonna get off this topic so I can go ahead and move on to tight ends. Go ahead, Zip.
All right, so speaking of that,
we could barely hear you, dog. We could barely hear you.
I can't hear you real clearly, Zip. I can't hear you too good, man.
Right? What about me? Y'all can't hear me?
We can hear you. It's low, but it sounds like it's trying to break up a little bit too, Zip.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, let me swap my.
Go ahead, driver. While Zip getting his mic together. Go ahead, driver.
Well, I would just.
How about now?
Yeah, I wasn't really gonna take long.
We can hear you.
Hold on, Zip. I'm gonna let driver go real quick, and then I'll come right back to you.
Go ahead, driver. I was just saying that Red. I mean, I did pick it back because you was talking about the number 2 wide receiver, and XL was our number 2. So I was just saying that. I wasn't really trying to go in too much depth, but I ended up carrying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
Go ahead, Zip. We hear you now.
Oh, y'all can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So just speaking of what Red said, I get it that the passes that were, that you guys evaluated that were thrown to XL weren't the greatest passes. But one thing I just want to make notice on is, for one, every pass ain't gonna be the greatest. When you talk about the relationship between your quarterback and the receiver, a lot of the times what that is an understanding pretty much between your pass catcher that, hey, I know every pass ain't gonna be the greatest, but I understand where you're trying to put this ball and I'm gonna catch it. You understand me? Now, when you go back and you look at our receivers as a whole, and I mean everybody through Bryce's tenure, Bryce Young he's made some good connections with some of these players. So when people put emphasis on the fact that he threw uncatchable balls to XL, I mean, damn, he's throwing uncatchable balls to a lot of players on this team, but a lot of them have gotten over it. Why hasn't XL?
That's a good point. That's a good point, and that's a comment that I have made frequently for people that when you talk about that Bryce Young to XL connection and that very thing that Red was just talking about, the cut up that Poppin showed, and what I've always responded back to is, have you seen Bryce have a connection like he has with XL with any other wide receiver on the team? And I'm willing to bet 1,000 to 1 that you haven't. So when you look at it from that standpoint, the common denominator is who?
XL.
Okay. So there's something that's lacking in the relationship between XL and Bryce, because it seems he has it with Tet. It seems he has it with Coker, definitely. He had it with David Moore before David Moore got injured.
Exactly.
So we don't know what it's gonna look like with Brazel. We don't know what it's gonna look like with Mechie in the NFL, even though they played in college together. So my whole thought behind that was, when you have 4 or 5 other wide receivers that the quarterback is throwing to, and the only one that he has a really a miscommunication issue with is one, then that common denominator is that one wide receiver and the quarterback. Now, who you want to put the blame on in that? I'm not here for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go one way
Hmm.
or the other.
Or
But
the
what I
other.
will
Yeah.
say is that the connection that he has with XL is not like the connection he has with other wide receivers on the team. And even the catches that Tet dropped last year, which he led the team in drops, but he made up for those drop catches. He didn't get into his head. He didn't soak, you know what I'm saying? Or he didn't lose
Hmm.
interest in the game. He rebounded
Hmm.
and bounced back and led the team in catches and yardage and touchdown. So that's all
Exactly.
I'm gonna say about that. So we're gonna move on to topic 2.
Tony,
And
and Tony, this will fall into even the tight end discussion. So however you want to incorporate it, but I do want to ask you just before we move on quickly, and you can view this through the lens of the tight ends as well, because I'm talking about all of the receivers, the pass catchers, tight ends, wide receivers, outside of the number one, which, as you rightly said, the relationship with Tetairoa, the relationship with Adam Thielen when he was there, and so
mhm.
on. I don't know if Bryce Young has a good relationship with anybody outside of his number one. I'll just make that statement as we transition to even the tight
Yeah,
ends.
well, that statement is bogus, Red, but I appreciate it.
Well, I can show you with the
I
numbers.
No, I don't care what the numbers say. I want to see
Okay.
what I'm going to go by what I seen on the field. That's more
Okay.
important than
Thank
any
you.
number that you could put on the screen.
Thank
What
you.
does the film
Thank
tell
you.
you? Let's keep that in
So
mind.
so you
Hold
don't
on,
want
Red. Hold on.
production.
Hold on. The
Okay.
film don't lie. Production
Okay.
don't lie. What you
Okay.
see with your own eyes don't lie. So we're gonna leave that right there. Then we're gonna move on. So
Okay.
the tight end room also produced several contributors. Carolina's all official review listed Trimble with 27 receptions for 249 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jatavion Sanders with 29 receptions for 190 yards and 1 touchdown. And Mitchell Evans with 19 receptions for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. The presence of the receiver core and the tight ends gives Carolina several possible matchup answers, but targets must eventually be organized by situation and trust. So here's the context: contested catch ability matters most when separation is difficult or the field become condensed, but a contested catch can mean two different things. The receiver created the best possible leverage against tight coverage, or the receiver failed to separate, forcing the quarterback to attempt a difficult throw. Those situations must be evaluated differently. Third down reliability includes more than catching the ball. The player must understand the sticks, recognize coverage, adjust the pressure, reach the correct landmark, and be ready when the quarterback needs the answer. Red zone reliability requires release, body positioning, timing, option route awareness, blocking, and scramble drill discipline. So my question to the panel, and Zip, you can go first on this one, and then
Yeah.
Red. Is Carolina's wide receiver tight end group proven enough to make contested catches, convert third downs, and finish red zone drives consistently? Or is that part of the offense still built on projection? What say you, sir?
I think they are, Tony. I think if we were to put our and since we moved on to tight ends, I'm gonna focus more on the tight end room. I think
I
if we were to
appreciate it.
put if we were to put more of an emphasis to get those guys the ball, get them more involved in the offense and put them in the position to make those contested catches, I think they damn sure would come down with it. I've seen Mitchell Evans come down with a couple last year. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that being my point, I think not only I'll say this, not only do I feel like Bryce Young don't target the tight ends enough, but I don't think that Canales incorporates them in the offense enough either. He uses them more as blockers rather than I think we should be drawing up more plays for these tight ends across the middle of the field And Bryce Young has shown a decent ability to move the ball over the field, over the middle of the field last year. I know that was a question mark, but I think we should do that.
Okay. Hey, driver, I'm gonna drop you off real quick so I get T Cole up here. All right, I appreciate you.
All right.
All right, dog.
Later, driver.
All right, driver.
That's my guy, man. We bump heads.
T
but that's my
Cole,
dog, man.
T Cole, what it do?
Good morning, fellas. How's it going?
What's good,
Hey,
T?
good morning, man. Good morning. Hey, Red, we're gonna go ahead and get Red real quick, and then you can go after Red. Go ahead, Red.
So my personal opinion is it's hard for me to say that you have competent tight end play when you look at the production of your tight ends. Now, who's the fault for that? Nobody knows. I mean, I'm gonna listen to y'all's opinion, but I can say this, and I think y'all will agree with me. Y'all have a horrendous tight end room. It was widely thought that you guys would go after a more elite level tight end. I know that the guy from Texas was, highly sought after and thought of coming out of Texas, and I thought he was going to be a very productive tight end. Jatavion Sanders. I thought personally, because I watch a lot of SEC and a lot of Texas football, I thought that he might be a problem, when having to face him. But he, for some reason, he's invisible in y'all's offense. I think the most productive tight end that I've seen y'all had is Tommy Tremble, and he ranks number 46 in passing yards in the NFL when you include his playoff catches for 271 yards and 47th over the regular season with 271 yards and 249 yards in the regular season. So something is going on with y'all's tight ends. But upon your question, I would say y'all need help in that position.
Okay. Tico, what you got, dog? Talk to me.
I think pretty much along the lines what everybody's been saying. For whatever reason, the production hasn't been there.
Facts.
I think Jatavion Sanders was coming into his own before he landed on his neck in Kansas City in 2024.
Facts. Facts.
After he landed on his neck in 2024 in that Kansas City game, he ain't been the same. He ain't been fully healthy, and he ain't really been producing when he was healthy since then.
Facts.
So that's still, we know the skill set he has. That Saints game, I think that was his first game when he hurdled the dude and went down the sideline. He got a few touchdowns where he was wide open in the end zone, scrambling around, backyard type plays. I think he could be that mix match for us, that big receiver type in the spread and spread sets and moved out from the stretched out from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
But Cade Otton had a pretty good season with Canales and Baker.
Yes, he did.
And so I don't know whether it's scheme, whether it's the read where Bryce whether it's the read or however the reads may take him, or his Bryce decision or the coordinator's decision or the game plan. I'm not sure what it is, but I say it's more lack of production than it is talent, because I believe that Tremble has enough talent to do his 111, if that makes sense. I don't think, if you run a drag route and they're in zone, then eventually the tight end's gonna come open if you got time.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's certain routes where, it's the decision making of who you choose to go to in that time period. So I'm not sure exactly. I don't want to ramble on about it, but I think we need. I do think we have about. I'll say Tremble is about a C plus, maybe a B minus.
Right.
As far as his talent, because when he's targeted,
he's right on that average tight end.
Right. Because if you think about it, when he's targeted, he makes plays.
That's
You
true.
it ain't too many drops or too many busted assignments that you see when Trumbull or drops or where he ran the
Not like
wrong
his
route and
first
shit like
year.
that.
He definitely has
Oh
gotten better.
yeah, definitely that first
Yeah.
year. But yeah, I think we definitely could use an upgrade. I'm not saying, some people like to say we start talking about players and doing real evaluation. They start saying we call them haters. We want to see them leave.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying we don't have an alpha in the room, and not saying we need an alpha. I'm just saying that the production has to come up if we had an alpha, and I feel like if we had an alpha, the game plan would be more centered around him. But you still have
Yeah.
to find ways to get your guys involved in the game schematically.
Yeah. Hey, Ronnie made a good comment, and I know we've talked about this before. I remember having this conversation on other panels. He said, "I'm very interested in knowing if the system that Canales has in place utilizes tight ends similar to Kansas City, Indy, and the Rams." I'll go first on that one. That has been a much talked about conversation. Like T Cole just mentioned, Cade Otton had success with Dave Canales, but I think I contribute a lot of Cade Otton's success in that system because you had a 1A basically at receiver when you talking about Michael Evans and Chris Godwin, that kind of took that pressure or took the eyes away from looking at the tight end. We haven't gotten to that point with our receiver core to be that good to take some eyes away from the tight end. They literally have to be schemed open for the most part in order for, in my opinion, for Bryce or even the coordinators to utilize them. None of them are a threat like a K Otten. So let me just be clear on that. I would love to see more seam routes and catches over the middle from the tight ends, especially out of 12 personnel, and which is something that the Rams use a lot. 12 and 13 personnel. When you got two tight ends on the field, but the defense know one of them is not a threat. He's gonna mainly block. This other one, yeah, he's probably gonna come out into the
What's up,
route,
dude?
right?
Doing that?
But until you can, until you have
Yeah.
a
It always runs up after the PM, though.
Never mind, I do it. No matter if you got two wide receivers that are pass catching threats, that puts the pressure on the defense. But when they know the one, that one of those tight ends is brought in solely to block and they don't have to worry about him, then I think you become less effective from the 12 personnel perspective, and the defense isn't really worried. But that was a great statement by Ronnie. Tico, what you think about that?
I think you hit the nail on the head about them having more options for defenses to be worried about. They had the bracket Evans. Depending on the team in the corner you playing, they probably ain't gonna leave that corner on the island with Evans over there. So when you have receivers that dictate coverage, then like you said, the tight end gonna get is gonna get less what you call it. It's gonna get less attention for the defensive eyes. For the defensive eyes, and it's more probable for him to be open, down in and down out, especially on money downs when they feel like they're going to Evans or Godwin. And even McMillan, even that third receiver was pretty. Even McMillan was a dog. I contribute. Yeah. You got to contribute some. You got to give Baker his credit too, because ultimately the quarterback has the ball. We don't know what the coach told him to go with it, or what the first read was, or what the play was supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? All we know is Baker got him the ball.
Right.
So
Hey,
whatever.
go ahead, Tico. I thought you
Nah,
was
I
done.
was
Go ahead.
finished. I was finished.
Oh, hey, Red. Let me drop you off.
Okay,
Real
you
quick.
good.
So
You good,
I
Tony.
bring Nick.
You good. Hey, as I
Okay.
drop down, let me just say this. If you would address Broski's comment, and I'm gone, but just that a lot of top offenses utilize the tight end position as a receiving threat. I like to hear y'all talk about that. But I appreciate you for having
Well,
me up,
I
brother.
just
I'll be listening.
well, before you go, I did just mention that you
Okay.
have to have 2 receiving tight end threats to be utilized as a threat. If you got 12 personnel and you only if only one of those tight ends is a receiving threat and the other one is in just for blocking, that doesn't oppose a threat to the defense. So it really doesn't make 12 personnel really that effective. When the Rams do it, they have 2 uh tight ends that can block and catch. When Indy does it, they have 2 tight ends that can block and catch. When Kansas City do it, they have 2 tight ends that can block and catch. That's a threat in the passing game. So yes, I understand there's a lot of tight ends or a lot of teams that have 2 pass catching tight ends. The Buffalo Bills have 2 pass catching tight ends that are a threat. The Green Bay Packers have 2 pass catching tight ends that are a threat. We do not have 2 tight ends like that are threats. So yes, I hope that addressed that question. Nick Gaskins, what's happening with you, brother?
What's good? What's good?
And hold on before I
Nothing
get
much.
started. Shout out to Will Robinson for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it, my brother. He said we have a talent gap at tight end. We need to upgrade if possible this camp. All right. Appreciate that $5 super chat, Will. Go ahead, Nick. What you got?
Oh, I was listening to y'all, but y'all
Big
put y'all
Perk, what's up?
all.
Big Perk?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I think that I think what you just said was like, I mean, I don't think people pay attention, man. We don't have the personnel to do what they talking about. Like
Yeah.
when we go into 12 personnel, we know one of them tight ends is blocking. I mean,
Mhm.
but what we can't. But what I do want to say is that I feel like Jatavion Sanders is a threat in the passing game, but however, I feel when he got dumped on his brain cap, I think he thinks twice when he tries to catch the ball, because there was I don't know if everybody paid attention. There was a lot of throws across the middle to him that he dropped. There was
Yeah.
throws across the middle that if last year that he dropped them, and I think it was him overthinking, like, oh, I got to prepare for this hit.
Right.
And I mean, and I'm not knocking him. I mean, that hit he took on the sideline was crazy. So, not knocking him, but I think that he's going to have to get that out of his system, or like y'all saying, we might need to upgrade at that position. I don't know if I don't. I mean, I don't know if Evans is going to turn into that. I obviously we did see some flashes from Evans, and with the flashes that we saw, I really did like. But at the end of the day, like y'all were saying, we don't have an alpha in that room. And
Yeah.
just like T Cole saying, I don't know if you need to have an alpha. You can say that, yeah, the teams run 12 personnel, all that kind of stuff like that. The team that won the Super Bowl, they got one dynamic tight end. The other ones are just there. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's more than one. It's
I
more than
think
one way to skin the cat.
Hold on,
I think
real quick, Zip, and hold on, Zip. Then you can go. Michael Evans said, "Wasn't Goodwin, Godwin, and Evans hurt most of the year with the Canales? If so, Otten was one of the best weapons remaining and had to be schemed in the offense more." I think you're right on that. I think you're right on that. I think well, I know Godwin was hurt a lot that
Yeah,
season.
I think Mike
I
missed
don't
like
he missed
6
like 4 or
games.
5 games,
Yeah,
right?
something
Something like
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, you right, Mike. Yeah, they did have to scheme him scheme him into the offense a lot that year. You correct. And shout out to Vietnam for the $4.99 super chat. He said our tight ends are threats if you actually throw them the ball. Evans didn't drop a single pass that I saw last year. You are correct on that, and I was hoping that when he made a couple of critical catches on like third down, that he would get the ball a little more, but it didn't happen. But I have high hopes. For Mitchell Evans. But I appreciate that $4.99 super chat. And he sent another one. He says, easy to say we don't have a talent at tight end because they are not household names. But if they get a chance to make a play, they will. I can agree with you on that too, Vietnam.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, I don't believe that we utilize the tight ends enough. Especially down the seam, over the middle, the field, that part of the field wasn't threatened a lot from us from an offensive standpoint. So I get exactly what you're saying, and definitely appreciate both $4.99 super chats, my guy. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Zip.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I kind of forgot what I was going to speak on directly at that point.
My
But
bad,
no,
dog. My bad.
no, it's all good. It's all. Hey, Tony, I'll say I'll respect how you run the panel, brother. You know, it don't get real chaotic. You know, you organize everything, and everybody get to get their say
Yeah.
so. So you know, hey, I'm not upset, brother. But I will say one thing though. I think that we need to shift the focus a little bit because, like you said, with Mitchell Evans. I think if we give him a larger role, we go to him a little more, we might see some, you know what I'm saying, some progression there from the tight end.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
I don't think Jatavion has been what we brought him in to be. You know what I'm saying? So to be honest with you, I'm almost ready to move on from him too. You know,
Yeah,
almost.
go ahead, Zip. My bad. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I was finished. I was just saying, you know, I'm almost ready to move on from Jatavion too.
Yeah, but like Tico was saying earlier, man, hey, he was spot on with that, man. Ever since he came back from that neck injury, he
Mm-hmm.
has not been the same. Like he don't really want the contact. Um, this speed and the shiftiness that I saw from him coming out of Texas is like it doesn't even exist right now,
Yeah,
in
he
my
looks stiff. He
opinion.
Yeah.
looks stiff to me,
Yeah,
if you want to
he
be
looks
honest.
Mm-hmm.
stiff. Yeah,
And he
so
lost the weight.
and he lost weight. So that to me, that's more mental than physical. Because right now he's healthy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Right now he's
Mm-hmm.
healthy. It's that mental hurdle, like I was talking about last night, or the night before last on Unk Channel, talking about people coming back from ACL injuries. You can come back from an injury. That first part is the physical. Then you got to get over that mental hurdle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't think he's
Yep.
gotten over that
Yep.
mental hurdle yet.
Yeah, he had. You know what? Because he been hurt 2 times after that neck injury. That I think because last year he had the ankle. He fucked up his ankle, so that's why he missed what, the last 4 games,
I
6,
think
4,
so. Something like
5, something
that.
like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's been hurt pretty much every year he's been here.
Yeah,
Go
Yeah.
that's
ahead,
where it's
Nick.
fragile, man.
I want listen. That is exactly what I like. What people don't realize, man, that it's you got to gain confidence in yourself again, and especially with the injury he had, a neck injury. You never know, man. You could end up being paralyzed. You never know what could happen to you because y'all like it's what y'all. He gonna have to gain confidence in himself, and just like
Yeah.
Tico said, man. When you out there moving stiff, that's when you jack something else up. When you ain't
Yeah.
when you ain't letting your body, that's when you ain't letting your body do what you have normally let it do. I mean, because I ain't even gonna lie to you. If y'all have ever seen his college tape, the dude invited contact, and you just couldn't get him down because he was bigger than you.
Listen. That dude caught everything and he wanted to smoke. You hear me?
Yes,
He caught everything,
know,
and he wanted to smoke. Yeah.
Yep. Lowering that shoulder.
I mean, I ain't even gonna lie to you. The dude. I'm gonna be 100% honest. He is not really a tight end. That dude is a huge wide receiver. So if he can get back to that, we'll have an alpha. We'll have one. Just like Tony said, you got to get over that. He got to get over that mental hurdle.
Yeah.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
Go ahead, Zip.
No, I was just gonna say, I think in the long run, Mitchell Evans will end up being our one. And let me say this: I'm not slighting Tommy Tremble either. I like Tommy Tremble. I just don't think Tommy Tremble is a number one tight end. But I think Mitchell Evans over time can give us number one tight end production, because when you look at his play on the field, he's a really good run blocker. He's a really good pass blocker. When he get out in open space, he's Jatavion Sanders from Texas in the NFL. That boy is catching the ball and he's inviting smoke. He wants smoke.
Right.
And his first, if you go back to the draft profile, combine profile, his 10-yard split was like one of the highest ever.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it
was 10-yard split. So that's pivotal for tight ends, because that's where they make their money at, pretty much. The separation, that's where the separation and acceleration comes from, is from the time if he running a drag route, and if that motherfucker linebacker take any kind of misstep, false step, or his eyes in the wrong place, it's over.
Right.
See, what I think this offense is missing, and this is what I was alluding to, Tony, I think this offense is missing that aspect where we, and you guys are right. We did, Canales did utilize Otten a lot more over there in Tampa Bay. But I think that's an aspect we're missing, where we could go to a Mitchell Evans, Jatavion Sanders, or Tommy Tremble underneath and kind of, you know what I'm saying, draw the defense in and then take our shot deep. Or do it the opposite way, take our shot deep to start the drive off and then dink and dunk. You know what I'm saying? But we got to mix it up like that. We got to have these tight ends come in and get involved in a way that we can mix up where the ball is going. Because right now, I think this offense is predicated solely on our wide receivers and our running backs.
Yeah, and I also wanted to mention before I got on the panel.
Hold me down for 1 second, Tico. Go ahead.
I got you. When you guys were talking about the receivers and how Red was saying about the number 2 receiver, we don't have any production outside the number 1s. And I wanted to say that we never really had a solid number 2 until Coker came back. So I think that handicapped our season, starting off those first 6 games with XL being the de facto number 2, because that's pretty much all we had. We had just traded Adam Thielen, and with the hopes that Coker was going to be, his replacement. Then he got hurt. As soon as we traded him, he came back with that soft tissue shit. So I think that kind of hindered our growth, our progression at the start of the season. It also watered down the possible numbers that we could have had. I know on Unk's show last night, I can't remember if it was the midday show or the night show, where we did. Yes, sir. With Nick, I forgot who Nick was talking to, but they kind of broke down. Nick was basically saying he got to see it because he hasn't done it yet. And then I think it might have been you, Tony, that was basically saying if he played the whole season, his numbers would have evened out to about 807 tugs and about 65 receptions.
Yeah, that was me and Tony. That was me and Tony.
That was a good little back and forth y'all had right there. That shit was funny. Y'all had me rolling.
Nah, you know how Nick is over there on Unc channel. You gotta.
Both of them was speaking fast. You can hear Nick's voice when he trying to get there. He trying to throw some salt in the game. So you can already, when he start laughing, when he laughing while he talking, he about to get you.
I just had to let my boy know I wasn't trying to come at him no funny way.
Oh no, it won't. That's why I said I enjoyed it.
You got to be on your P's and Q's over on Unc channel. So I was just trying to lower the defense. That's all.
Yeah, that was a good debate. Nobody was trying to cherry pick. Everybody, you
Yeah,
agree with him. He agreed with you. He basically said,
yeah.
he said, I love Coker, but
So
shit, he been hurt.
so let me ask you fellas a question. And Nick, you can go first on this one. Um who should be Bryce's first third down answer when McMillan or Coker is doubled?
Ah, well, McMillan or Coker are double. Who should be the first?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this.
Well,
I'm gonna say currently he's gonna probably, I would say XL, but I'm gonna say
I know you
that's
lying.
I'm gonna say that's gonna have to be seen until throughout this training camp. That's all. All I'm saying is that currently XL is the third wide receiver. So
Right.
has he shown that? Has he shown that? No, he has not. But at the end of the day, until somebody dethrones him as the third wide receiver,
Mm-hmm.
or one of these tight ends step up,
Oh,
or one of the
hold
tight
on.
ends step up.
Hold on. Y'all hold that. Nick, hold your thought. Just give me 10 seconds. Hey, Broski, you like pushing this narrative that Bryce can't throw, he can't see, he can't throw over the middle, whatever, because it's height. I got a film that I've already broken down of every throw that Bryce has made over the middle, and this is just 2025. And
Yeah,
so
man.
if you want to see it, join the Patreon, and I'll be glad to show you and dispel whatever this crazy notion is you have of Bryce being 5'10" and he can't see or throw to his receivers over the middle. That is the craziest, laziest, regurgitated comment that you continuously make over and over again.
Yeah, the
But
facts
it's
is there.
all good. It's cool. It's cool. I'm cool with it. But I have the evidence, the physical evidence, the tape that dispels 100% of what you're saying. So whenever you want to see it for yourself, in case you forgot or anybody else want to see it, join the Patreon, and I'll be glad to pull it up for you. But only if you join the Patreon. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, well put, brother. Well put.
I love it. I love that, man. Hey, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. This is they only nitpick this with Bryce. With any shorter quarterback, what you do is you create them lanes to throw. You push the pocket around him so he can throw in between the tackles or in the guards. That's
Yeah,
literally what they did for Drew Brees. That's literally what they have done for every.
And I know Broski know this, but he just like Red, he like the jab. He's not a dumb fella. So, but like I said, I have the evidence. So
For
I'm not
sure.
even worried about that. I have the evidence. Go ahead, Nick. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Nah, yeah. So I'm good. I was done.
Yeah, let me
Well,
address what Red said real quick.
Okay, what
Uh
Red say?
Basically was
Oh,
saying
right
about
here.
the
Oh,
the number two and number three tight end and the numbers. Yeah, I got
Okay.
that, Red. I see where you was going with that. My thing was just that he's
He was
never
allowed to
really had
discuss
a
it.
solid number two. Even since his rookie year, he had his rookie year, he had Thielen. The next one was DJ Chark. Chark was in and out of the lineup. He had a hamstring. Every week he was out with his hamstring. The second year, pretty much Deontay Johnson, Coker. I mean Deontay Johnson and Thielen. Uh, Thielen would have had about 1,000 again if he wouldn't have got hurt. Andy Dalton played 5 or 6 games. So when he came back, Adam was already hurt. I think Adam was hurt when he came back. So when he came back to Denver game, it was Coker and XL and David Moore. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So each year he's been in the league, he's never really had a solid number two. Adam was his number one, then Ted was his number one. Other than that, he's never really had Adam, Ted, you know what I'm saying, David Moore. Like the guys that he thrived with came, it was Adam his first year, a little bit of Adam his second year, but This year, when Coker came back, you seen the possibilities of having a strong number one and number two. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to, and just like Tua and Jalen Hurts, how they got all those weapons to see exactly what they can do before they get rid of them. You got to at least put some kind of talent around the guys before you make a definitive a choice on how we gonna move forward with these guys. And he's only had one alpha receiver, and you see how those alpha receivers thrive when guys are polished. Like I always say, the polished receivers thrive with Bryce.
Go ahead, Zip.
No, I like what Chico said there, because it's one thing for anybody, within the fan base or not, to use the numbers to make their argument. But see, and I hope Red understand this. Red is not a dumb guy at all. That's for somebody who don't know the knowledge of their team. They don't understand what's going on in their team. If you were talking to anybody else, you might just get off some stuff like that, and it'll be, you win the argument that easy. But it's clearly Jalen Coker was named number 2 to finish the season last year. So for you to say, your number 2 and your number 3s are non-existent, I don't think my organization feels that way. You know what I'm saying? And speaking to the question that you asked, Tony, where you said who would be, if Coker or Tet was doubled, who would be that go-to? That's speaking to what I was saying. I think that we need to start carving out a role for these tight ends in that situation. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, we need a guy. We say, okay, goddammit, when I throw you this ball, I don't care if they got 6 defenders at your leg about to chop block your ass. You better come down with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Mitchell Evans is that guy.
So who do you think is the answer? That's why I was asking you guys. Who do you think is the third down answer when McMillan and Coker? Well, just say if McMillan is double, who's that third down answer?
Me personally, going off of the situations I've seen Mitchell Evans in, I think Mitchell Evans is that answer. You know what I'm saying? I think we just got to give him the role in order for us to see that.
Okay. All right. Well, like I've said before, on other podcasts, and I've said on my channel as well. Yes, it is a fact that Jalen Coker has not been available the first 6 games in his first 2 seasons. That is a fact. Nobody has ever disputed that, questioned that, or even come up in conversation. My thing has been, and like me and Nick was talking about last night, the trajectory if he would have played a full 17 games, what projection was he on statistical wise, right? So my thinking is, if he's healthy and make it through training camp and he's ready for week 1, I think that goes a long way for one, helping us from getting off to a slow start. That gives another viable option in the pass game. So hopefully that means less double teams for Tet even going into his second season. So I think that complements the running game. Having 2 healthy, dependable wide receivers game 1 ready for the season can, in my opinion, do wonders for you offensively. But as an offense as a whole, for whatever reason, we have been stagnant when it comes to the total overall offense in the league, and that's just the facts. Some people keep saying that they feel like the defense need to do more. Well, I don't think so. I think the defense made a jump from 32nd to 16th, and the offense has been where the offense is. I think the offense needs to make some type of similar jump and match the defense. That's how I feel on that. So another question. Should Should Brazel immediately receive red zone opportunities because of his size and body control? Zip, you go first, and then I go to T Cole.
Yeah, I think so because in a situation like ours, when you have this young receiving core, I think you want to immediately find out what it is you have in Bradley. So I would target him in the red zone and see what his red zone ability is early on in the season. You know what I'm saying? Because moving forward, to start the season, we got our 1 and our 2, but we need to figure out who's going to hold down this 3 spot. And specifically, we need to figure out where XL is going to be. So, I'm just saying, in a situation like that, if we go to Brazil in the red zone and he turns out to be a red zone monster per se, I don't know, man.
Funny.
Hey, I think that's the writing on the wall for my guy XL, man. I think that's the writing on the wall.
T Cole, what you think?
I think he'll get his opportunities, whether they should target him more or I guess that's yet to be. I guess that's going to depend on how he hits the ground running as far as how he picks up the game as far as his awareness. And, everything is condensed in the red zone. So everything happens a little bit quicker. You have to have a little bit more awareness of what's going on. So I think that's going to depend on his development. And I feel like depending on the game plan, it's going to depend on the game plan and what they see throughout the week. And of course, Bryce is the signal caller. So if he sees something, then it's going to be up to him to exploit it. So I just look at him as a mixed match, however you want to put it, as far as red zone in the field. He's tall and fast, body control, has good hands. So it's all gonna come down to execution.
Okay, go ahead, Nick.
What was the question? I didn't hear you. I was emptying my truck.
Should Brazel immediately receive red zone opportunities because of his size and body control?
I'm gonna say this, and this might, I don't know. I mean, I think that in the red zone, we got too many big ass guys, dude. We got too many big ass guys to not be scoring in the red zone every single time. So I'm going to say in the red zone, we should probably go empty. The running back should come off the field, and you should put those giants out there. So yes, Brazel should be out there. And at the end of the day, if 2 people are gonna go with Tet, somebody is wide open.
And I need to see more phase, bro.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I actually think that the fade is one of Bryce's best throws.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
When you got 2 guys out there that's 6'5", you know what I'm saying? Like for people that don't know, I know T Cole know this. One of the rules when you inside the 20, when you that's considered goal, not goal line, but inside the 20 on into the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the red zone. That's what I was trying to say. For a quarterback, the quarterback is told to attempt to throw at your head or higher, right?
Yep.
At your head or higher. So if you got 2 6'5" guys, that catch radius is crazy. It's crazy. and we got 2 guys that are 6'5", that got good hands. One is established, one isn't, as far as the NFL say. But they can go up there and get that. But I'm with you on that one, T Cole.
And Coker got a 45-inch vertical, bro.
Yeah, and Coker is not no slouch.
And this is the crazy part about it is that if you actually did watch Brazel swim, which I've watched it, and I told you I still got reservations just because of where he went to school at the end for bad. I don't want no bad habits picked up from that school. That's right. That's what I've said several times. I say if you actually watched it, the dude's body control is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, he does
Like,
have great body control.
Yeah, you'll have guys draped all over top of him, and he'll still catch it.
Yep, he punished Georgia with that. Yeah.
Like there's a lot of times that you will say, oh, that should be a daggone a penalty.
Hey,
Yeah.
real quick, I wanted to add into what Nick was saying. I think when we talk about the lack of yak yards, I think this may be our yak guy. If you look at in Tennessee, how he just was like free running. You know, like if the quarterback didn't catch him in stride, he free ran to the touchdown. God damn it! If he caught you at a certain angle, he was burning your ass. So I think this may
Right.
be our yacht guy right here. This may be our yacht guy.
Okay.
And,
All
and I
right.
love the possibility of that. I love that.
All right. So we're gonna transition over to topic 3, but first, hey, we are 2.5 hours into the live this morning. If you are enjoying the show, enjoying the conversation, enjoying the debate, the vibe, the energy that we are bringing to you this morning, show love to the channel. There's a QR code in the top right of the screen. Support the show. Any donation towards the show will be greatly appreciated. If you are following Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk through the YouTube feed, there's a pinned comment that takes you to the PayPal as well. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you do, let me know that you did so I can shout you out, because the alerts don't come in fast, and I'm not going to read nobody government name because it don't give me the handle. So yeah, just let me know if you do that. My daily goal is $25. You know, I'm not trying to pay no rent or no car note. Just $25 that goes towards to making the show what it is and the continued improvements that I hope to bring to you guys in the future. So again, I greatly appreciate that. I'm gonna bring up this one graph that I have and we can transition to topic 3, but it talks about the role clarity each position. All right. It talks about the role clarity. Let me take this off and the banner off so we can see it fully. All right. Can you guys see it? Y'all good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can see it.
So it talks about the role clarity for the wide receivers and tight ends. For the wide receiver jobs, you know, there's 8 roles. You know, you got your boundary X receiver, which we already have that in Tet. Your movement Z receiver. I believe right now Jalen Coker he can be the Z receiver because he can play inside and out. The slot or option route receiver, that can be Jalen Coker or that could be John Mechie. The vertical speed threat, that can be Chris Brazzell. That can even be Xavier Leggett, right? The third down chain mover. Right now, I think Coker is like that third down chain mover. You can also sprinkle Tet in there as well. Red zone target, like we were just talking about. There's 2 or 3 guys that can be considered right now red zone targets, perimeter blocking. I think Tet needs some work when it comes to that blocking, you know, from the perimeter. Jalen Coker is a willing blocker. I mean, he doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
XL blocks
So
good too.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm feeling.
yeah, he has gotten better. He's better. He was better last year than he was the first year. I'll
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The return of coverage unit contributor. I think that's going to help separate a lot of these wide receivers when you're talking about the 5th, 6th, and 7th wide receiver. Do they contribute on special teams? Can they help you out there? So I think that's where Bryson Tremaine, Jimmy Horn, David Moore. You know, if people feel like he's not going to be a 3rd or 4th receiver, you know, he can make a name for himself and punt returns. He has done it before. So those are the things I think that the offensive coordinators and the head coach and the receiver coach is going to put their head together and see which of these receivers fits can do multiple things that we have on the list right here. You know what
All
I'm
you can
saying?
do.
Right. The more you can do, the more value you bring to the team. And with the tight end, either you're inline Y tight end or you're a move or F tight end, pass protection contributor, split flow or insert blocker, or you're a red zone target. What about a third down matchup player or special teams contributor as well? I just speaking of special teams contributor, that's where Felipe Franks shine at. You know what I'm saying? He's a special team demon. So I think you're going to see him lock his position down with that. I don't think you're going to see him that much when it comes to pass catching. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Tony,
Unless you
can I
just
say something real quick about that?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know what it is with Carolina Panthers and being able to pick gunners, but for some reason we be finding these gunners and these dudes be nuts, man. So I just think about it. Think about it. Think about the last 10 years in gunners in Carolina. These must have been deadly.
Yes,
but
sir.
I just wanted to say, point that
real
out.
quick. Let me read the money reality beats 11 with the $4.99 super chat. He said on 3rd and 4th down, we need reliable target on the field like Demo. If Tet and Coker is covered, Demo is going to catch the ball. Would have in the playoffs. I can agree with you. I can agree with you. Reality beats. I'm not out on David Moore. I don't believe that he is going anywhere. I think his relationship with Dave Canales and Brad Isaac, him knowing the offense the way that he does, and he's a reliable pass catcher, and those things can't be ignored. Even though you may look at him and say he's the old man in the room, but he's still a productive old man when healthy, and I think that matters. I know you want to develop the young players, and I get that, but right now you don't want to run the risk of losing any type of momentum going into 2026 that you ended 2025 with, even though it was a loss in the wild card game. I still look at that as some momentum because we were able to accomplish and get somewhere that we haven't been in 10 years.
Yeah, for sure.
So what you guys think about this role clarity? And Reality Beats again appreciate the $4.99 super chat. But Tico, tell me what your thoughts on the role clarity for the wide receivers and tight end jobs.
Well, first I'd like to say that you broke this down. It was so lovely.
Appreciate it. I try.
And I think we have the pieces to fit all of these categories. The thing is, right now, like you said about Demo, everybody behind Tet and Coker is pretty much unproven. So if you want to get technical about it, Demo is probably our third best receiver. Second, if you want to throw Coker injury in there, then he ain't played the first 6 games. If you want to break it down even further than that, Demo is solid, bro.
Yeah.
He's better. He's better than solid. He was the one that was routing up the receivers. He was the one that was routing up receivers when we almost pulled out that Kansas City game in 2024.
Yeah.
He was the one that routed up Trent McDuffie. He had Trent McDuffie on skates.
Yep.
That's a top 5 corner. That's a top 5 corner, cuz.
Yep. That just got paid.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a Trent McDuffie fan.
Yeah, I don't see
Oh,
why he get
okay.
all that love he get either. I mean, he's solid, but I
There,
don't.
Yeah.
there you
I
go.
see. I
There
see
you go.
exactly what you. I
There
see
you
exactly.
go.
He. I mean, he earning his bag. I ain't gonna say that, but I see what you're saying. I don't see why he get as much love as he does.
That's all I be
Yeah.
saying. I don't be saying that I ain't saying he trash. I'm just saying he's not. When I look at Patrick Surtain and Christian Gonzalez, them two dudes special.
Yes, sir.
I don't
Yeah.
feel the same way about Trent McDuffie. I just think that he's solid. I'm gonna say he's solid.
Yeah.
I don't feel
That's what's up.
like that they are I actually, and if you actually go look at the stats, if you actually go line him and JC beside each other, it's almost identical.
Yeah, and Jay-Z been hurt.
Yeah. Well, what you guys Zip? But what you think about this role clarity for the wide receivers and tight end jobs?
I'll say, I think we've done a good job covering all of those in both the wide receiver and tight end over the past few years with bringing these guys, bringing those roles in. You know what I'm saying? I think we
Yeah.
check all of those boxes, every single one of them.
Okay. All right.
You
Did
know what
you
I'm
speak
saying?
on it, Nick? I know you went off
Nah,
on
I
the
ain't
Trent
spoke up.
McDuffie tangent.
My bad. Hey,
Nah, you good. You
I
good,
do
dog.
believe we have the tools to be necessary. I know we have to make some evolution in the tight end room, but I think that one of those tight ends is gonna step up this year. So if one of them steps up, I think that we have the players to fulfill every role. No matter how much we dislike one player or the other, I think that we have backfields to fill those positions. So I think we're gonna be
Yep.
good. I think we're gonna be good this year. I have high hopes that we are going to have two wide receivers over the 600-yard mark.
Yeah.
That's a shot at the conversation me and you had. So yeah.
I heard you. I wouldn't gonna feed into it. I heard you.
So I think that we have the talent to do what we need to do and to get better. And I think I just think that we got the talent, and I think we should be okay this year. I think a lot of people are worried about this daggone who we got to play this year, but I ain't even gonna lie to you. I actually think we played better against the teams that we shouldn't have played good against. So with that being said, I think we should be okay.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
will say
got you.
about that tight end, Tony. Um, like which one is it? The move, the F10, and the FN third down matchup player.
Yeah.
I think that could be Mitchell, but I think as far as like the move tight end, the F and the split out, Jatavian is still an unknown right now. I still think if he can come back into his own in that empty package, and we can kind of test the temperature of the defense, because that's when you go, what is it, 11 personnel,
Yeah.
but you go empty.
Yeah. Right.
So
Yeah.
you see what I'm
11
saying?
personnel.
So you come out, say you come out in slot left, one running back, slot to the left.
3x1 or 2x2?
2x1.
2x1?
2x1. One tight end, one running back, 3 receivers. Got me?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
slot left, one single back, tight end on the line. Tight end to the right.
So you're in the right hash.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so now you check the empty. So when you check the empty and that tight end stand up from inline and he go to the outside, you looking to see who walking out there with him.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's where that chess match come. Is the linebacker gonna walk out there with him, or are the corner, or are they gonna stay
or the
put,
safety
or the
or the
safety,
safety.
or the
Yeah.
safety, or are they gonna stay put and just let the corner stay out there with them? Either way, you dead. You see what I'm saying? If the play work right, because if you stay put and the corner get out there, that means now you have one of those number 3 at slot receiver or the running back that's
Yeah.
in there against a linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
If the linebacker walk out there with your pass catching tight end, that's a favorable matchup. So that's
Yeah.
why these roles play so much of
So much importance.
a significant role, because of the game plan and the pre-snap reads and what you can the matchups, so to speak.
Yeah. That's what as a whole for the offense, I want to see a lot more of. And I know Dave mentioned it. I can't remember if it was at the end of his first year or sometime in the off season, or it was last year. He was saying that we were going to see a lot more motion and shifts and things of that nature. And in my opinion, I don't think we really saw that. I honestly feel like you should have some type of shift in motion every single play. Cause that just helps you identify the defense, identify the coverage, whether
Yes,
they're
sir.
in man or zone. I mean that's what it's for, and that's why I say, on every down, there's like two chess matches going on within the chess game. You know what I'm saying? Each and
Yep.
every play.
Mhm.
And that's what all that pre-snap motion is about. It is to get it's for the offense to identify what the defense is doing, and can you force the defense to break their principles. That's what the offense is trying to do. Go ahead, Zip.
Sometimes, Tony, sometimes, and I hear you when you say that, but I think it's we see it at a minimal the way we do, because sometimes that gives away. A good defense can figure out what the offense is trying to do with those motions as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you concept your receivers, your skill positions a certain way, a lot of defenses will be able to read that and say, okay, this is going to be some type of running play. The probability of this being a running play is high because of the formation you're in. You know what I'm saying? So when you
Okay.
move a player, that helps them figure out maybe which side the ball might be thrown to or ran to. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? If you're doing a run play or a passing play,
Yeah.
sometimes that helps. So I think a lot of teams in the NFL do a good job of limiting how much they do that, because, like you said, at the end of the day, it's a chess match. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Is if that's the chess match. Is
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? When if the defense get a read on it, what I will say about Canales and Izzy and the offense, whoever comes up with the game plan, whoever comes up with the game plan, is they do a lot of window dressing. I was over on the
Yeah.
704 show, and Twan was breaking down the top 20 plays or some shit like that. And a lot of them was misdirection, like that shit, like Jimmy Horn will come in motion, and then they
Yeah.
might pull Damian Lewis, but the play going the
Mm-hmm.
opposite way. The play
Right.
going the
But
opposite
Yeah.
that
way of the play going the opposite way of the motion and the guy that's pulling. So you already know what they
yeah.
do to a defender eyes when the guard pull popping. I mean Tony.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
So
saying? So that
I I guess I should clear up what I was saying as far because like Jay Hudge just said, he did Jimmy Horn did a lot of motion, and that is true. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. I guess what I'm saying, it was like why we got to do the same motion all the time.
yeah, I see what you say. It
You
won't.
know what I'm
We
saying? Why,
ran it,
like
but it won't
I've seen,
affect.
yeah. Hey, there you go, there you go. Like we seen Jimmy Horn run a jet motion 5-6 times a game, whether it was a jet motion or was running an orbit or a counter to it. Like, but
Wow.
there was no sequencing off of that.
Mm-mm.
There was no sequencing off of that,
Whether
and
they
I
ran
kept
it,
waiting.
whether they gave it to the running back or they gave it to Jimmy, it was about at most. I think he had a 12-yard run on one of them that he broke.
I think
But other than that, it was like 4 or 5. It was like 4 or 5 yards,
or even that, or
or
even that.
if that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
want a
don't know.
pass play off that shit. A goddamn pitch back,
Yeah.
a reverse.
That was just my opinion, and it wasn't like it was something that was factual. I just felt like we just didn't do it effectively enough,
Right,
and
right, right.
it seemed like as the season went on, when these teams get more tape on you, and all they see is Jimmy running jet motion or orbit motion, but then nothing comes off of that. They're not gonna feel threatened when they see it on game day. Or they gonna look and say, "Oh, that's Jimmy just doing Jimmy." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
they don't
facts.
respect they don't expect nothing to come behind that motion.
right.
Yeah.
You remember
So
that
we're gonna
swing pass? Go ahead.
no. You go ahead, Tico. Go ahead.
You remember that swing pass that Chuba caught against the Rams that he took to the crib?
Yeah,
Yeah.
immediately. Yep, first
Yeah,
play.
that was like
Yeah.
if you go like that was one of the plays that Twan broke down. That shit was set up perfectly, bro. Like
Pretty.
Mhm.
you see what I'm saying?
Because that was a motion to
yeah,
that was
motion to the
motion to
strong
the
side.
left, and the swing pass went to the right. Yeah.
No, actually he came to the strong side. He was on the weak side at first. It was a
Okay.
trips play because XL was in the slot.
Okay.
And Jatavian motioned over as the F. And when he got to the end of the line of scrimmage, they snapped the ball. And he was like the lead blocker for Chuba. He motioned a piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Okay.
came over. He
Yeah, I
motioned.
know you're talking about
And they
now.
snapped the
Yeah.
ball. He led that bitch around. And they threw that bitch. And nigga, I don't even think he got touched.
No, he didn't. Actually, he didn't. He didn't get touched. No, you're right. But I'm gonna transition on to our last topic, and the last topic is who earns a complete role, and we just talked about that. The role clarity. We just looked at it and broke it down from the wide receiver to the tight ends. Okay. So the money down trust determines who receives the important targets. But before a player can receive those targets, he must earn the snaps. Training camp is where Carolina must decide which players can execute the entire assignment, not simply look good catching passes during individual drills. Y'all saw that shot I put in there?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So Carolina's current roster includes 13 wide receivers and 5 tight ends. I'm not gonna go through all the names again because the hell with it. The Panthers' official coverage has identified McMillan, Coker, Leggett, Brazel as the leading 4 receivers, leaving limited opportunities for players such as Mechie, Moore, Horn, Jacine Reed, and the rest of the competition. The tight end competition includes Trimble, Sanders, Evan, James Mitchell, and Franks. The decision should be evaluated by package and assignment, not simply who is labeled tight end 1. So put in context, the final roster spots cannot be determined only by receiving drills. Backup wide receivers and tight ends must contribute without receiving designed targets. That may require blocking, special teams, motion responsibilities, i.e. Jimmy Horn, multiple alignments, protection assignments, and situational reliability. Role clarity does not mean every player must perform every job. What it means is the coaching staff understands why each player is active and how his skill set complements the rest of the group. All right. So the debate question
Good shit right there, boy.
The debate question, appreciate it. Debate question for the panel, and Zip, you can go first, and then Nick. It said with more qualified receivers and tight ends than available roles, should Carolina award its final roster spots to the most explosive pass catchers or to the players who provide complete value through blocking, special teams, versatility, and assignment reliability? What say you, sir?
I
Yeah,
think
I'm trying to
that
shake a little honey
that,
from the tree,
that
Zip. Come on with it.
No, 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 no. I love that question though, because I think that we would lean more towards the fundamental guys because outside of that, you can lean on your quarterback to complete those plays. But if we have
Right.
the execution, it'll put our quarterback in a better position for him to execute those plays. So I like the fundamental guys over the splashy guys.
Okay. So you want the more complete value through the blocking, the special teams, and all that over the most explosive pass catchers.
Man, hey, nah, my bad.
Which
I
one you
got
prefer?
caught up.
Nah, you ain't gonna sugarcoat your way out of this one. Which one you prefer? You want an explosive pass catcher, or you want the value through blocking the special teams and versatility and reliability?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I would rather the guy who can block, because outside of that, you can lean on your quarterback, like I say, to make those plays. When it comes down to throwing a guy open or putting touch on the ball, you know what I'm saying? You can lean on him to make those plays, but the execution got to be proper. So we have
Right.
guys out there that are just explosive, but they can't block or you know what I'm saying, do any of the fundamental things right, then that's when you'll
Yeah.
see a lower amount of explosive plays that way. I think we got the right
So
quarterback for us to move forward with the fundamental guys, the guys who's gonna come in and
okay.
block right, come in and run their routes right, you know what I'm saying, and do what they need to do.
Right. So this is where the phrase "talent is not enough" it becomes real. The fifth or sixth receiver may not get 4 targets every Sunday. So that
hmm
means he must help the team in another way. Go ahead, Nick.
hmm I
Yep.
agree.
So you got to bring them guys in, them guys that can do
Mhm.
other things, man. Them
Yeah.
guys that bring more value to the team other than
So you want the
catching the
complete
ball.
value than the explosive pass catcher?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be
Okay.
100% honest, man. I know that you named four, and you was leaving out five, 6, and 7. But I don't believe. I won't be 100% honest. I think it's only 6 and 7. I think it is only 6 and 7 because regardless of what y'all want to say, or the Bryson Tremaine plays special teams
Yes, he does.
and
Yes,
he
he
does it
does.
well.
I mean,
And yes, he
but Bryson
does.
Tremaine also caught a large percentage of the passes thrown to him, though.
Yeah,
He
Yeah, he
really
does.
did.
When the ball is thrown his way, nine times out of 10, he comes down with it, even if it's contested.
And he's a great
Yeah.
blocker on those moves, on those mode when
That
they
that
put
is
him in
true right there,
motion.
Tico. Yep,
On
he
those
is
So,
he
on
is a
those
so,
great
condensed
blocker.
splits, they use him for blocking.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
that's
with
sir.
just
that being
my
Yes,
said,
that's just
sir.
my opinion.
with that being said, then that sounds like a guy that we need to retain in this offense. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, talk to him, Zip. Talk to him.
Yeah.
They don't hear you.
Yeah. Be- be- Because when you have
Yeah,
say a wide receiver screen, for instance, say we're throwing a screen, or even Coker. Say we're throwing Coker a screen because Coker a little faster, he can
Uh-huh.
get up out of there. When you have guys like, say, okay, Bryson Tremaine and XL, when he got his head on the right way, that screen is gonna work that much better. That's the difference
Yeah,
between
you,
that's the
you
difference
definitely don't
between
want Coker out there. I mean, you definitely don't want goddamn Jimmy Horn out there when you run the screen.
oh hell
If
no.
he not blocking,
Unless
yeah,
he's
Right.
the catch
he
guy,
throwing him the
you
ball.
could throw Jimmy a string, you could throw him a
Right.
string, but you're not having him blocking them. But I'm saying though, when
Yeah.
you got a guy like Bryson Tremaine, that's the difference between that DB or that safety coming up and making that play, or him breaking free for a first down. You know what I'm
Damn
saying?
right. Damn right.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on real quick. Before you go, Nick. Uh
Big Kurt.
shout out to my boy SC Panther. Hold on, I can't even see it. But yeah, SC, appreciate you for that $25 um PayPal gift, my guy. I don't know, is SC still in here? I know he was talking shit earlier. But yeah, appreciate you for that $25 PayPal gift, my guy. Appreciate it. Definitely
Oh,
do
that dude
appreciate it.
always supporting.
Yeah. SC show big love, dog.
Big love,
SC show
dog.
big love. Yeah. Hey
Across
Nick.
multiple platforms too.
Yeah, facts. That is facts. Hey
Hmm.
Nick, did you already answer the question?
Yeah, I did. It's
Okay.
Leaf.
Tico, go ahead, Tico.
Let's see. What was the question again?
With more qualified receivers and tight ends
Oh yeah,
than
5, 6,
available.
7.
Yeah.
5, 6,
Yeah.
7. Yeah. I'm
So
definitely going with
would
value.
you value?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going with value because like y'all saying, like even what Nick was saying, 6 and 7. It's more so with 6 and 7 because out of that first 5, you should have some explosion and some explosion playmakers in that first 5 bunch. You see what I'm saying? So if you relying on the explosiveness on the 6 and 7, then we already behind the 8 ball. You see what I'm saying? So we got Brazzle, we got XL, who's explosive, just need more on the awareness side. Mechie can go if he actually makes the team. David Moore is the wild card because we too much unproven behind Tet and Coker for us to get rid of David Moore right now. We got to see what XL gonna do. We got to see what Browser gonna do. We got to see what we got behind those two guys before we move off David Moore. And that's what that's what I see for the time being. But I'm definitely going with value. Because those explosive guys that ain't ready yet are more reserved for the practice squad. Not no goddamn you just ain't gonna be on even inactive. You ain't helping us even if you inactive. You ain't we need a guy just in case if somebody get hurt when they bring him in, we can hit the ground and ain't really no drop off. That inactive guy is gonna be what's that? That's the 6th guy. I think is the inactive guy, the 6th or the 7th guy would be the inactive guy.
Yeah.
They
It's
dress
like
about 6.
one,
They dress
maybe
6.
2.
I think they
Yeah.
dress 6.
Okay.
I want to say
All right.
5 or 6, depending on who's hurt that week. If you got somebody a lineman go down, then you might have to dress an extra line. So it depends on the injury report throughout the week, who dresses and how many they dress or not. But like you said, whoever, the more you can do. So that 6th guy that does dress gonna have to be special. Ain't no way around it. He gonna have to be special teams guy. He can't just be somebody that can run fast and just be, you know what I'm saying, like a David, like a Jimmy Horn. That's why he was inactive for the first few games when they let Renfro rock before Jimmy Horn. And they let Jimmy Horn.
True.
Jimmy Horn was inactive. He was a healthy scratch for the first, like 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So
see, people don't seem to remember that. I'm not talking about the Jimmy Horn lovers and why Jimmy ain't do this or do that. Hell, he was a healthy scratch for the first 3 or 4 or 5 games of the season because of Hunter Renfro. He didn't really get any playing time till they cut ties from Renfro.
And David Moore got hurt.
Yeah,
and
David
we
Moore got
traded
hurt.
Adam Thielen. So just imagine. So just imagine where Jimmy would have been on the depth chart if Adam Thielen would have stayed and David Moore wouldn't have got hurt. Cause you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think they intended for. I don't think they intended for Jimmy Horn to get a whole lot of burn last year anyway. You know what I'm saying? With him being
And
the
then
6th
Coker was
round guy.
hurt. And then Coker was hurt. So he, what I'm saying, he had to play.
Yeah.
He had to play.
Hold on real quick. I'm laughing. Yeah, SC. I've been knowing your government and address. I've been knowing it. But yeah, appreciate that $25 PayPal, my guy. I appreciate it. Hey, Zip, I'm gonna drop you off real quick. I'm gonna try to bring you back up, but I'm gonna bring up Nick Tri-State if you don't mind.
No problem, man. I appreciate you having me up, Tony.
No, I appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you sharing your insight into the players and all that, man. I appreciate you having you on when you do come on in the mornings. So yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate
for
that.
sure. For
All
sure.
All
right,
right,
Yeah,
man.
big.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. All right, Tico. All right, Big Perk.
All right. Nick, what's
Yo,
happening?
Tone, how much it costs for you to get for more people to get on the stream yard, bro?
No, I can put up to 10 people. I choose not to. I don't want a
Oh,
big
okay.
panel.
Got
Yeah.
you. Smart man.
Four is the most that I want to have.
Smart man.
This is control chaos. Yeah.
Smart man. I like
Yeah.
that. What's happening though?
Ain't
T.
nothing.
Cole
Ain't
and
nothing. Shit
Gaskins in the
stick to a
building.
can of oil. What's going on?
What up? What up? What up, my guy?
What up, man?
What
Shit.
you got for me, Nick?
I'm
So
off. Hey,
the
listen, man, I'm
debate
off
question.
today. I've been listening. I've been listening while I've been on the road working the last few days. So I was like, on my day off, I
Okay.
got to pull up
Yeah, no doubt.
for
No doubt. I
sure.
appreciate you being here. So the debate question is for you, Nick. So who went first? Did Zip go first? I think Zip
Yeah,
went
Yeah,
first,
Nick
then
yeah.
it
went
was
first.
Nick. So
Then
y'all
Nick, then
already
me.
Yep.
okay. So you already answered it, right, Tico?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So Nick, the debate question is with more qualified receivers and tight ends than available roles,
Yeah.
should Carolina award its final roster spots to the most explosive pass catchers or to the players who provide complete value through blocking, special teams, versatility, and assignment reliability? What say you, my friend?
First off, Tony, your questions are very impressive. First
I
and
try,
foremost,
man.
yeah,
I
they're
try.
very impressive. They're complex. They're not some basic ass shit. So I want to get that out the way
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, I can't do
Second,
basic.
yeah,
It's not in my repertoire.
I hear that. I hear that. I know that. But
Yeah.
to answer your question, OG Tone, I'm gonna put it to you like this, right? I think all of us are aware, like in football, yes, the explosive plays matter, no doubt about it. But when we get into the wide receiver 4, 5, 6, and possibly 7 range, more five,
Yeah.
six, and 7, you need the more complete guys. Hence why I believe a guy like Bryson Tremaine will make this roster because he brings immense value in run game blocking and special teams.
Right.
So I think to answer your question, I would lean more toward the complete guys. I would lean more toward the complete because we have our explosive guys, and every team's gonna have their explosive guys. But you can't just
Right.
have explosive guys 1 through 7. You need fill outs. You need guys who are specialists. You
Guys
need
that
the
can do the
great run
dirty work.
blockers. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. Those
No, you
guys, like
right.
I was saying about Bobby Brown, teams need. I was saying like, oh, you know, me and you have had this differential about Bobby Brown, and this is a perfect example. I don't think he's like a guy who can play 50 snaps. However, teams need guys like Bobby Browns. Every team needs a Bobby Brown. He's a
Yeah.
pivotal piece for any team because those 30 to 35 snaps, he's going to give you everything you got, and he's going to make an impact. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
teams need that. I think T Cole could attest to this as well. Like
Yeah,
you
but
know,
that's the
and
life of a
every
that's the
team
life
just
of a
can't have
real
53
nose tackle.
superstars.
Yeah, but that's the life of
Don't
a nose tackle. They ain't gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
because the league is going away from the 3-4 and only on the early downs and run downs where nose tackle really can get off if you're not a pass rusher.
yeah,
So that's
Right.
why Bobby Brown ain't on the field because shit in a nickel three in our 4-2-5. Yeah, we don't need him.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I listen, I hate that you put it that way, but you are absolutely true.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely true. Um so yeah. So anybody got anything else? I'm trying to come up with some questions a question real quick. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. And Nick, if you finish cleaning out your truck, Nick Gaskins, if you finish cleaning out your truck, you can go first on this one. Um, ooh, okay. Which skill is missing from the four leading receivers? Don't just tell me who your four leading receivers are. Just envision whoever they are. What is the one skill that's missing from the four leading receivers?
Yak.
He back out there in the truck. Go ahead, Tico.
You mean combined? The four
No,
receivers combined or individually?
yeah. The four top receivers combined. What is the one skill set that's missing from those four leading receivers? Yeah, shaking a little honey from the tree this morning. That's what I do.
Quick twitch. Win right now.
So explosive,
Like
getting off the ball.
A true
man coverage.
A true, no, not just because Coker can beat man coverage. Coker is Coker is a third down demon in that slot. But I mean, as far as like he can against a physical DB, he might be a little bit susceptible to the press. We need. That's why I say we need the niggas like Jimmy Horn and Mechie to hit. The nigga that you can't press. The jitterbug.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
The true slot receiver with the slot body that can win right now.
As they say down in Florida, we need that rabbit.
You see what I'm saying? Right now.
That rabbit, baby.
Press or off.
Right.
In the middle of the field when we need a big play.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tico. Finish your thought. My bad.
No, that's it. You pretty much hit it on the head when you said that rabbit. that nailed the coffin closed right there. We need that rabbit. And I just want to make one more caveat. I want to make one more thing. I think Mechie gonna be the new David Moore.
I know you've been saying that.
Mechie gonna be the new David Moore. Eventually we're gonna have to move off of them.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gaskins. What you got? Which skill is missing from the four leading receivers?
Hey, I don't think that you can take anything else is missing other than the dude who just says, "Oh, hey, what you doing? I'm gone already." That's it. We missing that dude.
That rabbit.
Yeah, we missing that dude that just say, "Oh, I'm turning the jet zone and you still standing here."
Right. Throw it to me right now. I don't care if you throw it to me behind the line of scrimmage. I'm gone.
Right.
Beat.
Nick.
Yeah, I was gonna say a guy who can create yards after the catch, a guy who can create a screenplay, or a 5-yard slant and turn it into a 40-yard gain.
Coker has the ability. He has shown the ability to be a yak guy after the catch.
But he ain't
Ted has shown. He
ain't getting low like that.
He ain't no pume. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I'm gonna ask one more question before I wrap it up. Oh, okay. Because this has come up in the topic of discussion. Does Carolina gain more flexibility from carrying an additional receiver or an additional tight end? Nick Tri-State, you go first.
Another great question. I think me personally, obviously, what the hell do I know? I could just be spitting and spewing bullshit. But I've been saying since the end of last season, I would have liked if the Panthers converted Bryson Tremaine to a tight end. I would have liked, if they told him they put him on a really good diet program, had him gain about 20 pounds, gain some muscle, get up to about 230 and shift him to tight end, because I think that with his run blocking ability, I think he would provide some value for us at tight end. But to answer your question, I would say, you know me, Tone. I done gave up on the tight end room. So unless we trading for one or getting a big name one, I ain't with adding any more tight ends. Nah, I'm good on that.
Okay, so you would do receiver.
I would do the receiver, yeah.
All right, Tico, what you got?
Just by process of elimination, it's the tight end room is pretty much set. I mean, we only got 5, And we already know Mitchell Evans, not Mitchell Evans, but James Mitchell is going to be the practice squad guy. So
Yeah.
if we had about 7 or 8 of them, then I would be able to. It may have been a little bit more harder for me to answer this question, but for the simple fact we pretty much know who our 4 tight ends going to be, I'm going with receiver.
Yeah, hey, Tico, I'm gonna need you to get your uncle Circle, man. I'm gonna need you to get Circle. He
Oh
getting
yeah,
on my nerves.
it ain't right if you don't throw a little sugar, a little salt.
That's all right. I know where he'll be at in a few hours. I know where he'll be. That's all
Oh
right.
yeah,
It's all
oh
good.
yeah. We
It's
gonna
all
pull up
good.
on Bobby Brown.
It's all good. Hey, well, fellas, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you guys joining me on the panel today. We are over 3 hours into the live. If you haven't show love to the channel, appreciate it if you would show love. There's the QR code at the top right of the screen. Scan that QR code. Like I said, my daily goal is $25. I ain't trying to get rich or nothing like that, but you know, this producing this show and doing the things that I have, doing the things that I'm doing and have coming up is not free. So yeah, show love to the channel. If you're watching it through the Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk YouTube channel, there is a pinned comment with the link to the PayPal. Let me know if you do, and so I can make sure to shout you out as well. All right. Next week, Monday and Tuesday, we will be talking about the defense. All right. We will be talking about the defense leading up to the rookies reporting Tuesday. Okay.
Yes,
So I'll
sir.
give my little closing statement. Carolina has more receiving talent, more size, and more competition than it has had in recent seasons. But talent only creates the opportunity. Detail creates separation. Discipline creates spacing. Trust wins third down. Execution finish red zone blocking drives. Blocking keeps players on the field. Role clarity allows the entire group to function together. The Panthers do not need every receiver or tight end to do everything. They need each player to execute his job at a high level, and they need those jobs to complement one another. Talent gets you into the camp. Reliability earns the role. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. If you did, show love to the channel, share it with a friend or a family member. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Make sure you are subscribed to both channels, the Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk and Carolina Armchair GM CJ. If you want even more content, consider becoming a member on Patreon. That's where we have more in-depth discussions, topics that are brought up. You can also check the YouTube community posts. I also post there daily on my YouTube channel. So I greatly appreciate if you guys check those things out. And all my social media links is in the YouTube description on both channels. So if you need those, it's there as well. And I believe the last time I looked, I was like 19 away from reaching my first goal of 100 subscribers. Well, I'm 18 away. So if y'all would help me get to my first 100, I would greatly appreciate that. This is the end of my third week, and I'll catch you next time. Keep pounding.